Hello there, welcome back to Team Fortress TV. We've got this TF2 Invitational, and this is the Grand Finals just about to be played. It's been a journey.
Well, I started the tournament saying it's been a journey of 1,000 miles, and it's probably closer to 1,000,000 miles, but we've made it.
We have.
We're there.
We've made it on time as well.
I know, I can't believe it. Praise Reason Gaming for setting our schedule straight.
Absolutely. Well, no, not Reason Gaming. It was, a combination of Reason Gaming and swedeRage as well.
Yeah, Reason Gaming did a majority of the lifting,
They
I say
did,
that.
the majority of the heavy lifting. Well, absolutely, it's not fixed at all. But we've got our two teams in the Grand Final right now. It's Reason Gaming playing against swedeRage, and we're about to do the map picks. But before we do that, let's have a little talk about what the Grand Final is going to be, because it's slightly different to the games you've seen so far, because it's more important. So instead of being a best of 3 with map bans and map picks, it is a best of 5. So that leaves us in the situation where, you know, it's one big thing. It's not like ESEA where they do 2 best of 3s and the loser coming up from the loser's bracket has to win 2 of them. It's a bit complicated. It lasts too long. So we're going just for a straight out best of 5 to decide these 2 teams. But Reason do have the advantage in map picks.
Yeah, and the bright side about this as well, you won't be seeing just the same 3 maps over and over again.
Yeah.
Finally, one of these maps must slip through.
Yeah.
Viaduct, Granary, Gravel Pit. Somehow, if it goes all the way, we're going to see one of those maps.
Yeah, I think it's actually really interesting what you're saying there about the maps as well, because we have not seen Viaduct or Granary in the maps that are possible to be played at any point. Not in a single fixture. Everybody has banned either Granary or Viaduct. Gravel Pit was in the very first fixture, but it was the decider map and they never even got to it. So that was between Lego and swedeRage. So, I mean, swedeRage have previously not banned it. Reason have said that they don't mind not banning it, but it is all up to Reason Gaming here. They can decide exactly what the map pool is. That's their advantage for coming through the upper bracket.
Yeah, I guess the only reason you can really give is like Viaduct and Gravel Pit.
The only reason.
Nice me. Okay, but
yeah, go on.
The only reasons that you can give for having these maps is just because they're a bit random with snipers right now. Viaduct is obviously riddled with that sniper possibility. Same with
Gravel Pit.
Gravel Pit as well, and it's just random as a map in general.
Yeah, a little bit.
And Granary, it's a bit slow.
Yeah, Granary I think has been knocked out from most of these just due to the fact that teams don't like being stuck between those 2 choke points between mid and second, I think. Even though Granary Pro's done a pretty decent job of breaking that up, it's still one of the less popular maps in the map pool. Once you remove Sunshine from there, I'd say Granary's maybe the second. I'm not sure, but we'll see how these map picks go down. We do have Rib and Kaidus currently discussing things with their team, but they're going to be coming over in just 1 second to sort out the map picks. I can see Kaidus making his way over right now. Rib stood just off camera as well, so we'll drag these guys in.
Okay.
So here they come. We'll get you guys on.
Come into camera, come on, squeeze in. Everyone wants to see the tactical minds at work.
Absolutely.
I need to see Rib. Come on, come on.
Hello.
There you go.
I'll squeeze right over to the edge here.
Okay, right, guys. You know, same song and dance, but this time you're going to have 2 bands, I believe, Kaidus, at the start, and we'll go through it from there. So first off, over on our computer, it's telling us that Reason will get the first ban. So Kaidus, what would your first ban be?
We ban Viaduct.
You ban Viaduct. Wow.
Goodbye sniper map. And goodbye Viaduct. We haven't seen Viaduct in any of the fixtures so far in the entire tournament.
That's gone out of ETF12 probably. Okay, the next is another Reason ban. So
we ban Gravel Pit.
Good night Gravel Pit as well.
Sideshow.
It only got featured in 1 fixture and it never got played. But that is the way the cookie crumbles.
You made a massive impact on the TF2 community. Thank you, Sideshow.
However, it did go slightly better than Viaduct. So, you know, not the worst map in the pool.
Yeah, I suppose. Reason to pick.
What am I picking?
You get to pick.
You get to pick.
That's what the computer says.
Order.
Yeah, we're picking the order of the maps right now.
I didn't know this was a thing. Hang on.
I've blown Kaidus' mind. What did you think? It was random, or just we played in alphabetical order? Oh, the strategy. You can see the cogs turning.
We pick Badlands.
We pick
Badlands.
Badlands.
If anybody's been taking note, that's the same first pick that they had when they last played swedeRage.
Interesting.
Okay, swedeRage to pick second.
Pick process.
Pick process. Again, the exact same process as the last process, featuring process. Okay, that will be Reason picking next.
We pick Snake.
Pick Snake. I'm not sure if that was the same. We never got to a third map, so and my memory. It was Gully last time. Okay, all right. swedeRage to pick.
Pick Gullywash.
Gullywash.
That leaves the decider map there as
Granary.
Granary, should we get to that? So yeah,
Granary.
Granary we may not see featured as well. So we may not see a single map of Granary, Gravel Pit, or Viaduct if we do get to that. Thank you very much. You guys get back to your teams.
Well.
And hopefully someone will be chasing them to make sure they ready up. We're also going to be joined in this grand final cast by Max as well.
Maximilian.
Absolutely, Maximilian. We're going to have TurboTabs and him doing most of the play-by-play, and I'm just going to be sat there as a bit of a TriCaster doing some analysis as well on the side. So they're going to be the guys leading you forwards. I need to sub in for him. We'll grab that guy. Come on in. Come on in.
Just lasso him in.
I'll swap my headset out for yours and switch over to the other cam. Do we have to do some shimmy around each other? I think we do.
Okay, if I give him mine.
Yep. Oh. Headset it up, boys.
See, this wasn't so hard. Wow, your ears are ridiculously warm.
That worked perfectly, I think.
Yeah,
Right.
smooth.
It was almost like we'd planned it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Max, you've probably missed the maps, given that you weren't here seeing them get picked. So you can take a look at them there. The order that they're being played in, TurboTabs will read out for you now.
That will be Badlands as our first map. Our second map will be Process. Then it will be Snakewater.
Gullywash.
Gullywash.
Right.
Yep, next.
No, Snakewater. No,
Yeah,
you were
it was
right.
Snakewater.
You were right. You were right.
Yeah,
I'm
thank
read
moron.
it. It's there.
Thanks, man.
In word form.
Badlands, Process, Snakewater, Gullywash, Granary.
Ooh, I like these maps. No gravel pit and no viaduct, so exclusively 5CP in this grand final.
Bones just trying to record some behind-the-scenes footage there with his camera of the camera and nearly dropped it because he's pulling it out on a limb.
Yeah.
Right, there's the camera.
Bad camera.
Yeah, and Bones just nearly dropped it on the floor and broke however many £100 camera
after
that
you
is.
almost break
Probably
it, you know what he
thousands.
does? He tries to put it on camera and playfully.
Yeah, exactly. After he's nearly broken it the first time, he just thinks, the second time will be the charm.
Does Bones even care? Can I have my drink on stream or are we going to get copyrighted?
No, I think that's just
Give
free.
us money, thanks, Monster.
Exactly. So, what do you think then of the maps, you two?
Well, very unimaginative. I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. Maybe they would just come along and was like, yeah, we'll totally pick all the maps we didn't pick last time. Well, to be fair, Reason did win Badlands very comfortably when they were playing off against swedeRage, so it makes sense for them to first pick that. swedeRage probably just think they've identified the few mistakes that they've made on Process, because it was a roughly close game on that Process match. So now that they've reviewed those mistakes, they could just easily fix them and then just have another crack at it.
Well, I believe the final score was 7-2 in the end, was it not?
Yeah.
Or am I thinking of a different
it was
one?
kind
It
of
was
like
very close
they
right
were
at the
winning.
beginning.
Basically, they were winning, then they drew, and then when they started losing, they just kind of went, oh man, we've lost this. And they just went absolutely tilt.
So I think the score didn't reflect how close it was on that map, I agree. And given that Reason has had, at this tournament, a lot of trouble with Process, having been beaten on it by publicclear.se and then had that sticky game just then, I think that's a decent pick by them, do you think?
Yeah, I'd agree. I think it's pretty interesting as well to see entirely 5CP maps in the grand final, because if you have the one that's not, it's a nice change of pace for the team that's losing. You know, it could be kind of like a difference change, and you could sort of get your momentum going off of that.
Yeah.
If it plays differently, suddenly playing 5CP and then...
It's a great reset game type, basically.
So I think that's also pretty good by Reason to ban out the maps that are kind of wild cards in there, the ones that they can't just completely slow the pace of, because the difference as well is that 5CP you absolutely can slow the pace down to an absolute crawl. Yeah. Whereas with AD and King of the Hill, you really can't do that because the time is constantly against you if you're in that kind of situation. So
the only interesting change that they've done is, like, last time they picked Gullywash as their, well, I guess they banned everything else out and Gullywash was what was left. But this time around, no, not Gullywash. Gullywash wasn't picked ahead of Snakewater. Snakewater was the first one.
Yeah. So I don't know whether that's really based on any research that they've been previously doing. I don't think I've seen any standout games on Gullywash or Snake.
Did they play against publicclear on Snakewater? Or?
Yeah, they did, and they kind of demolished them.
Oh.
So who knows there? Perhaps just they're really not bothered about either map, and it doesn't matter what order they play them in.
suppose.
Is Badlands the most played map this tournament? I think I've seen it in every series, right?
Well, I think
Yeah,
it's
I think
tied between
Badlands
Process and
Yeah, I think Process
and
has been in every
Snakewater.
fixture as well.
Yeah.
It's really kind of interesting, but at the same time, kind of
Depressing.
repetitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that the teams obviously have that same kind of a favorite map, but also that teams have two chances, right? They've got their first chance where they pick the maps, and if they don't go right, you'd expect them to change something to try and make it work again. But we haven't really seen that.
Well, it might be just coming down to like the fact that they've reviewed their demos or probably the stream just for convenience sake.
I know that they were last night.
Yeah.
Back in the second house, a bunch of us were watching the games and talking about it. A couple of us were like, oh, what could we do against this team and that team and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's definitely discussion.
I was there as well. I was
Yeah.
quite egotistical, just listening to myself cast.
Although the discussion wasn't too open, I'd like to add, because, in all the houses, different members from different teams are there. So you don't want to be too obvious.
Yeah.
I was talking to Bevan in Polish about how they might want to try and beat Reason and stuff like that, just to keep
I didn't even know Bevan spoke Polish.
Bevan speaks fluent Polish. So
Wow, well done.
I get to speak foreign as well as all the Swedes.
Yeah, the more you
tidbit.
know. The more you know.
Well,
play
I
on
think
Polish
that
team.
is all the maps we could possibly break down. I suppose we could talk about Granary for half a second, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that is going to be the decider map if it gets to it. Do you think it'll get to it?
Yes.
I'd rather talk about, like, would it help them if it actually got to that? Would
Yeah.
it, I mean, swedeRage is, what can you say about Granary? It's a map that's really dominated by soldiers, and the soldiers over on swedeRage are quite phenomenal. Tavik is, in my opinion, have been having an absolutely killer LAN.
Yeah.
He's really surprised me.
Tech as well has been playing phenomenally.
And Tech, as always, is just a phenomenal pocket.
As always, yeah.
I think on Granary specifically, I think swedeRage have a really good chance because Tech so far has been playing absolutely incredible, and Granary will really open him up. And one player we're forgetting is Rib on Granary middles,
Yeah, of
famously.
course.
So absolute monster. And then we have Tafik on Sniper, which even in the new Granary on Last, it's still really good to have a Sniper
Absolutely.
pushing and holding.
In fact, in some situations, Demol has decided to run Sniper kind of between the transitions of second and mid.
Yeah.
Just because the chokes have been widened up on Granary Pro, and
More
you
sight
can
lines.
actually get some decent sight lines through. From the right-hand side, if you extend a little bit, so you're putting yourself at a bit of a risk, but you can get really nice sight lines into yard and break stalemates very easily.
But let's not get carried away here. Reason Gaming are, still at the end of the day, phenomenal across all the board. It's literally like a Euro super team. The soldiers, captain, Zebasai,
Stark.
even Stark. They've been rotating out quite fluently, and we saw earlier that captain somewhat proved, at least in the stats, that he's better than Tech.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he plays the role that will allow him to feed off how his team is doing. So if his team's struggling, I think captain's going to struggle. But if his team's playing well, he's going to be playing very well. I think he's very team-oriented, his way of pocket. Whereas Tech's way of pocket really tends to drive the team.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. He's definitely like, if the team was an equalizer, he'd be the metal part at the top. He's the one like hammering in right at the start, and the rest of his team's if it breaks off, these poke him in the eye with a stick, and that's sort of how none of that team plays. But that was the worst analogy I could have ever thought of. But Tech's incredible, and he leads pushes so well, and his Ubers have been amazing this tournament so far, I'd say.
Yeah, they've been very good. He's been an absolute asset to his team. I think another thing to mention in terms of Granary as well is that because the pace of the game kind of slows down and the map is separated into very distinct areas.
Segregated.
It definitely is. So I think it really forces a level of teamwork on a kind of mixed team. Everybody's always going to be in the same area of the map. Everybody knows exactly where to hold because it's such an old map that everybody's always everybody's experienced before.
And plus,
so I think it might enforce a lot of teamwork on swedeRage.
And finally, it is a backcap map. And
It
good
is.
God, there have been backcaps.
Yeah, there have
I think
been
like
backcaps.
90% of them have been flippy. It's disgusting.
Flippy has been going pretty ham on these back caps. Just even the Metal Gear Solid one behind the pole. Oh my God, that was absolutely incredible.
I think the new Granary makes it backcaps easier because now you can just like get to that last point a lot quicker.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it definitely is, and I think the choke is a little more difficult to lock down as well. So from mid to second, you can see rotations happening a lot quicker. I can see the teams getting on the server right now. was that 5 minutes after I said I would give them a default if they weren't on the server by then, but because I'm casting, you know, it's a little bit more difficult to kick their butts. So we will be going live pretty shortly. I can see all of the players getting on. I'm sure someone's kicking them. I think it's Bones, actually. So they're starting to get things ready and readied up. So we'll be going into this fairly shortly.
Should we go over some stats or some reports or something like that? I've actually made some myself.
You've made some yourself?
Yes, Gentleman John's like beautiful things made me feel awfully left out. I thought I could do that, so I've prepared some myself.
Let's take a look.
Oh.
Okay, so this is just the basic tippet information. This is. Can you take a guess at what this information means?
Is that how many Uber charges AMS had that were actually good?
No, it is not that relevant. Believe it or not, it is actually the amount of beds that Airon has taken up in the player houses. Over onto our second graph, as you can tell, like it's appropriately marked. This is the amount of complaints that Kaidus has given us, and we described it in a
we
sort of line
started off
graph.
there with 0 then.
Yeah, that was when we were at your house, and then the second, well, I guess he went to sleep. He just went straight up
way
from
up.
there.
Yeah.
Over on our third graph, this is a representation of the amount of problems we've been having at Team Fortress TV production.
Yeah, that's about right. That's
pretty
good.
much.
I think I might be a little low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also represents the amount of hate we've been getting from Twitch chat.
We love him, really.
Over on our final chart is my current stress levels. And you can tell the reasoning.
Is that a Venn diagram?
Actually, no, this is a pie chart.
That's a pie
You've
chart.
actually taken up the entire pie chart, Sideshow.
100% of your stress levels is due to me.
Exactly.
I like how you've written stress Sideshow and then
I was
crossed it out.
I was like...
Was that an instruction at first?
I was going to break down exactly how stressed you made me, but it made me too stressed thinking about it.
And of course,
Can we get you to do that?
not like this.
Not like TurboTabs. Pretty good.
Whoa.
Pretty good.
All right.
As the
But it's okay.
Care Bear.
Spencer has been getting me through this.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay.
I
That's a lot
think,
of memes.
That's
Let's
a lot of memes.
let's what Pat says.
We can break down the
Bricks.
rosters as well for anybody just joining. If you are just tuning into the stream, this is the final game of the TF2 Invitational happening at Dreamhack Winter. We're at the eSport United booth, and this tournament is sponsored by Marketplace.tf. We've got a production team here sponsored by Saloon.tf as well. They are doing a phenomenal job. It was a little bit of a challenge. It was a pretty big challenge.
A big shout out to Thermal Take as well, providing some us with some gear, keyboards, mice, even
This really cool
lovely
PC behind us.
Ooh, wow.
that we did get working for a small moment. Then we must have broken it.
Yeah, I
Sideshow.
think we broke it.
Is that
In
milk?
fact, I think I broke it. So we are going to be diving into this game very shortly. As I say, this is the grand final. It is Reason Gaming versus swedeRage. Why don't you run us through the rosters?
Okay, the quick rosters will be, we've got Flippy and Bevan on Scouts over on the swedeRage side of things. We've got Tech and Tavik on the Soldiers. On the Demo Man will be Rib. And finally, the Medic will be Koss, or King of Squirrels, as he likes to be called.
All right, and then on Reason, you have the incredible Huffy Cool and I guess Zebasai, if he's still playing Scout for them. Stark and Captain, both capable on Soldiers. The Playmaker himself, Kaidus on Demo Man, and a Medic, Permzilla.
A Medic. Oh,
Just a
rest
medic.
in peace. Rest in peace. Well, the guys are just about to go live, so it looks like we're going to be diving into our first map, CP Badlands predictions.
Oh, head or heart, head or heart. I'm going to go with heart, as always. swedeRage, 3-2.
swedeRage 5-0.
Wow.
I feel like your heart was definitely making that decision for you rather than your head.
I mean,
But I
sure
think-
it's not a different appendage.
Yeah.
But I think
It's that shirt that Bevan's wearing.
Oh my god.
Badlands is a map that they can really gel together with pretty easily. They've been having decent results on it so far. I can definitely see it being close, but I think, I think if swedeRage are going to take a map early on, it's going to be Badlands. So I'm going to give them this one as well, and I'm going to say it's going to be a little bit slower. Reason I'm going to try and turn down the pace. It's going to be 4-3. So let's have a look. We're going to be going live with our first mid-fight TurboTabs.
Oh boy, and of course, how can you not start a mid-fight by watching, I believe, Rib. Let's see what he can deliver on this mid-fight. Rib, an astounding demo mount when it comes to Badlands mid. He literally wrote the book, but he's just setting up his initial stickies. We do see a nice little bomb setting up by Captain. He does patrol it quite well. Picks up the first blood for Reason Gaming. Now even follows up, gets the second kill onto a fleeing scout, and he's cut off the exit of the medic as well. I don't think he's going to get out. Oh, he's trying to pinch himself, but he can't quite get out there. Oh, he has gone down, Sideshow.
Yeah, down he goes. There's only 2 players left alive for those guys, and they've lost their medic as well. So Permzilla, a very good medic at staying alive in almost every situation.
Yeah, you could say it because he plays so passively, but he definitely does provide a lot to his team, staying alive just as long as he needs to. Gets a lot of Ubers and very rarely drops himself. He sets his team up really well, and that was a really dominant mid. As you said, Captain there, playing absolutely amazingly, cutting off people as they were trying to retreat. They're going to be pushing into the second area right now. Tweak on Sniper does have this interesting angle. He's going to pop out now. Doesn't quite get the shot into Kaidus. He's trying to get onto a scout, but not really getting anything. A third try, but it's not the lucky time. They're going to be rotating over to this flank area, going to try and get something going with this Uber. They're going to try and get him onto Grey Bridge, TurboTabs.
Yeah, you do see Permzilla. He's actually just immediately popped. That's a bit early for my taste, but I guess he wanted to avoid any sort of stickies on the door. You actually see Kaidus already taking up the battlements. He's trying to fight the rest of the core in there. He actually gets some sweet pipes onto the enemy Demoman Rib. He's been taken out, and you see Reason Gaming are just crawling all over the second point now.
That's absolutely crucial as well. That pipe onto Rib was so good because it sets him up in a fantastic situation where Rib isn't spawning for another 10 seconds, and they have 10 seconds of opportunity to get in there. Koss is going to have his Uber charge by then, and Rib is going to spawn. I really think they could have committed to that one. They knew that they didn't have the Uber, and they knew that the Demo Man was down, so there was no stickies on the point. In a map like Badlands, I think that is a golden opportunity to push and take a round.
Oh, a lot of respect coming my way to swedeRage. They've decided to make the push out with the Uber advantage, but they need to get on their horses and go. But in the meantime, someone is behind. He's trying to get on the point. Of course, it's Reason Gaming trying to punish swedeRage with their very own back cap of themselves. I guess they just want to hit them with their own medicines.
Yeah, Stock just went in from lower right in that lobby area, and just no one was there to call him, and then there was, again, no one there to meet him on last. I guess a lot of people from swedeRage just sort of committed, and I guess no one asked if they can see all of them before they pushing out, you know, no standard roamers, stay on last kind of thing. I couldn't see if Tweak was off-classing, that might have had something to do with it. But in on this middle, Kaidus is pretty damn quick. He's trying to get his damage onto the other Demo Man, while the rest of his team looks like they're rolling out through this valley area. Captain trying to get some nice spam going up. He jumps for the air shot, and he hits it!
Oh.
Huge air shot to start this middle off, but the first pick does actually go the way of swedeRage. Reason need to start getting some more picks and get this middle going for themselves. TurboTabs.
Oh, the scout turned. I mean, the soldier turned scout. Zebasai did a massive amount of work, I thought, in that mid. He just managed to come in at the exact right times. It's actually Happy Cool though that's getting jealous, picking up that last kill, just shining that last bit of light towards him.
How many people do you think he baited to get that kill?
I'm sure. I don't know. I can't count it. I can only count one digit finger. One D.
One D.
1D. That's how you describe him as well, one-dimensional. But that did leave them 2 down, and so they've already used all this ground that Reason had to take the enemy's lobby, and I think they have a pretty big Uber advantage to push in as well. Flippy is on that pyro to try and deny it, and I think Reason are going to be pushing in any second now.
All right, pyro, a flare gun coming out from the pyro. How annoying! I guess you might catch someone on fire, and you have to have your medic like heal you just a little bit longer. But I don't really see the grand scheme of things.
It's a nice crit heals.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I suppose. Yeah. I never really thought about that.
I think as well it's just annoying damage. It's just you're just trying to hit anything you can. There's TF2 is such a spam-based FPS that any extra damage that you can put down there just really helps your team. So.
Besides, this is Permzilla we're talking about here. Maybe he might pop on the against the flare gun.
he might pop to being on fire, you know. I once heard he popped to a wasp sneezing on his nose. Oh.
Wasps are scary, man. Don't joke about that.
Yeah, that they are. TurboTabs, a lot of people.
All right, it looks like actually Captain is going in with the Uber, but he's up against a Pyro. Soldier versus Pyro equals bad days, and now the Pyro has actually been Uber to keep his life sustained. He's actually going in with the Uber. Uber, Pyro going in. Will it really finally make the Highlander dreams come true? It does not.
He does actually find 1 pick, but Reason managed to find themselves 2. The return frag actually Flippy getting a second one. Was that Rib? Nice pipes trying to get the Soldier who was hiding above the point. Really good from him, and with 3 picks for them, they're in a great position to start pushing out.
I think Dr. Pill has to give up his name to Rib now after that performance. Good God.
That was pretty incredible. Huffycool tries to hide, but he instantly gets spotted out. And I think that's going to cue a push from swedeRage as Tek is already in on this great area. Scout peppering shots onto him. He's just going to jump him, getting denied, get some damage onto him. The rest of Reason arriving into second right now. Tek finally gets his way onto the Spire. Air shots the soldier away. Doesn't quite hit the double and goes down in the end. But the cap has been started here by swedeRage. It's all on Reason to try and block him or just give it up. Their help doesn't look too good, so they're just going to give him the cap and back out to their own middle.
Yeah, they're just going to back out, get their respawners back up, and just be happy that they've got the middle for now. But I can see that the swedeRage will be crafting a plan in conjunction with their Ubercharge. They have it ready. They're looking to push into house. Tek is trying to make room for his team, but they've been called by Reason. Koss even takes a couple of rockets there, but they do launch in with it. It's the green light to go, or more like the blue light. Oh God! But all I see is red, red, red. It's just completely dominating the thing. We do see a trade here and there, but this is not the result that swedeRage wanted.
No, they absolutely didn't. Rib dived all the way forwards. They got so much position. But as soon as the Uber faded off him, he got two-shot by Huffycool. Haffy played that perfectly. As soon as he knew that the Uber was coming off him, Rib is completely vulnerable and isolated, and he made him pay for that.
Yeah, Reason going to keep this aggression going while they cap Spire. They're already in lobby. Uber used on Captain as he starts this off with one pick. Rib's going to try his hardest with his loose cannon to deny everyone, but it's not looking too good as the picks keep going their way. Rib finally kills one person, and they're going to start going onto the point. Huffycool does actually die, and there's a free down in the end there for swedeRage, for Reason, excuse me, and they're going to just be backing up and conceding the ground to swedeRage.
It's time to create another successful last defense. They are doing some sort of back cap shenanigans, I suppose, defending with 3 players on last, then pushing out with 1. It's quite original, even though it is slightly working for them. They're getting the picks here and there. Nobody expects all the calls to be sat back at last while they're trying to back cap.
Yeah, but swedeRage actually have managed to work their way onto the Spire fairly well. Flippy dropping off the Spire to get a nice kill there, setting up his team well, but Reason are actually still in this fight all around this launch pad area. Captain going to jump back. I think that this ground is starting to definitely go swedeRage's way. They've almost capped the point. Can they do it? So, Sideshow.
Well, we'll see. They are setting up, but they've just about got the Ubercharge. Now, it looks like from the positioning of Kaidus, he's just content to sit there.
Oh, what a dirty trap.
And people are going to feed into him. On process, he managed to get the frag onto Flippy. Like 4 times in a row, he managed to catch him in that bottom right-hand side. So these scouts are just running into him again and again.
Huffycool wants to go in, though. Actually, is it Huffycool? It looks more like Zebasai. He just wants to completely barrage in. Look at him, the first one forward. He's followed up by a soldier. Now he's going to just play off all this damage. Look at all the cleanup kills. Everyone's just playing off of each other. It's absolutely beautiful TF2 to see, Max.
Yeah, another pick onto the medic there as well. Only 3 up remaining for swedeRage. Only 1 down for Reason. Really good position for them. They can start capping the Spire. There's a scout of, I believe, Flippy in the trash area trying to get some spam going, but they're going to be getting onto the Spire. Oh, what a headshot from Flippy there. But Sweet jumps in and actually takes down the medic.
Welcome to the game, Flippy Sniper. He immediately opens off with his first headshot. I think that was his first shot as well as a sniper. He even gets the headshot onto Captain and he gets finished off by Tek. Alright, sitting on the Spire, they're just cleaning up these rough flags here and there, and you see the rest of Reason just backing out with low healths everywhere. They need to link back up with Permzilla. Where is he? Where are you, Permzilla?
Oh, he's just about spawned now. He's just met up with the rest of his team and he's starting to build this up, but he's got about a 10-15% disadvantage. It really won't come into it at all, but the fact of the matter is that he has not been healing his team for quite some time, so the health disadvantage is fairly sizable, and that is all they need to take control of mid.
That was quite great. Actually, do I see a spy in the play?
Oh, goodness me.
All right, big Stark, let's go. But it seems like the majority are trying to push from this flank area, at least the combo, so I don't know what sort of kill Stark is going to go for. I mean, even if you get the kill onto the soldier, I just don't think that's like a good enough trade. You need to get something like a demo man, maybe even that sniper will be good enough for that spy trade.
Yeah, I feel like he's not in a great position to get really much done here. Maybe he'll just try and block Spire if the rest of the teams go forwards, but he's maybe going to be able to make a move in onto the medic here.
Here we go.
He sees him in his sights going forwards.
Does he know? Oh, Oscar-winning performance.
He
goes past Flippy. He's going on the medic. He gets him!
Oh,
the drop! Oh, no one saw that coming at all, especially because he has been taken out. It's completely turned the tables of this. Now they just need to push out, but keep in mind, you're playing against swedeRage. You know that you're probably going to get backcapped, even if Flippy is playing sniper.
But they do have this huge Uber advantage to play with, and they don't have to rush anything right now at all. They've got such a long time to build up their Uber, so they're just going to slowly push out and make sure it's a safe go for them, but they can definitely retake the Spire. They're not really feeling it right now, so I guess they're just probably going to forward hold lobby, I imagine.
They actually dropped 2 players there in the push out. One being Stark, who got a really late respawn on that soldier, and Zebasai instantly died. If Zebo hadn't died, they would have definitely tried to take the Spire, but Tek made sure that they were having a really difficult time trying to recap this. But here they go.
Airshot. Oh no, Tavik does not get airshot today. He does get finished off by Happycool, who is capping the point like a very good scout. In the meantime, we do see a very aggressive push coming out from Captain. He gets some very favourable rockets onto the medic, as Sideshow just reacted to. They're crawling all over this point now. They're trying to cut their losses by getting whatever picks they can, but mainly they want the big fat jugular of Permzilla, but they're not going to get it today.
Huge wipe there for swedeRage. Reason playing that one quite slow. Captain bombed him so aggressively right there. Got a nice pick and he didn't even die. Then when he tries to back up to safety, a soldier could have got him, but Kaidus had that donk already on the train for him and he just sort of killed him on, and from there they got one more, and eventually it caused the wipe for swedeRage, excuse me, and now they're capping this Spire and they're going to be pushing into last. They're already in this lobby area, Sideshow.
Yeah. Flippy once again going to be playing the defensive pyro just up there, but he's going to have a task on his hands. They're probably going to push into him. Everybody defends Badlands from this top right-hand side because he can't be flanked from the lower left-hand entrance. Oh my god, Koss gets double-donked and then falls to his death. Graiters, ban this filth. Ban this sick filth.
Oh god, even I bet Nox even felt that disturbance in the air right there. Good god, that weapon is disgusting, but at the end of the day, it is allowed. And they're trying their best to just play off the back of this. You see Captain abusing this high ground on the left-hand side. He even gets a nice start. Actually, no, that was a health pack. Never mind.
He's cleaning everybody up there. Captain just playing the high ground, and nobody's focusing him. And he just comes in and gets 3, maybe 4 frags, just hitting really nice, crisp rockets onto everybody, doing like over 60 damage with every shot.
Yeah, like when they pushed in, they did a lot of damage to a lot of people, and then they like half retreated to get all their heals, come back in and just secure the round, and then that's making the score 2-0 right now in favor of Reason as they start this third middle here. Someone take it away.
It really is textbooks TF2 right now. We do see Beaven taking a lot of damage in the initial lane, but not as much as Tavik. He's actually gone down. You see Starkey going aggressive there. He's kind of boxed everyone up, but the counter-attack has been launched out before they can really make use of that bomb. It's even a piece so far, or it was anyway. Captain got focused down first. Happycool picks up the draft of that aggression, but the positioning is so much better for swedeRage right now.
Yeah, and their health as well at the tail end of that fight. Really good by Reason to recognize they weren't in a position to continue that fight going, so they just choose to back out, and it does actually give them their Uber. Both of the medics about to get it any second now. Looks like Reason are going to be holding forward in this choke area as the rest of their spawners are now up. swedeRage holding this train, getting ready for their own push. I wonder who's going to be the first one to do it.
Wait, time will tell, time will tell. Tavik is actually the one looking at choke right now, so it does kind of imply that they want to make some sort of play on the back, the flank. You can see both soldiers going over there. I think they're going to go for the good old classic both soldier bomb around this flank area, but look at this positioning from Starkey. No one can touch him right now, unless he just decides to try and die and kill himself, but no, he does back out in the end after taking some swift direct. Tavik is caught behind though. Starkey deals with him before he can really pick up that health pack and abuse that distraction anymore. Alright, happening on the choke. Reason Gaming are looking to push off that pick, but they just don't quite feel it right now. They're just finding just a little bit more of the cake before they decide to eat it. Tek is not giving them a reason whatsoever though.
Yeah, Tavik is running sniper at the moment, having been picked up before. Oh, he's actually switched off. He's gone back to soldier. Walked back to resub.
He actually spawned a soldier, switched to sniper, and then switched back to soldier. Yeah, I guess that might have been a disagreement with the team then.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's probably just a sign that there's different calls in the team. It looks like he's gone straight in, gets obliterated in the choke. Oh, no way. Oh, I thought for a moment there they hadn't seen him.
That would have been amazing, but it just didn't happen.
Oh,
good God, what?
No way!
What was that, a direct?
That was a direct after he'd already died. It was a direct from the grave.
It would look like a chemical reaction. It just suddenly appeared and then he just went dead. Good God. Oh, the back cap. Of course, that's the Flippy's response to bad news, but they've got ways to deal with it. It's in the shape of, oh, Flippy's actually doing his best impression. Oh, no, he can't quite get it. They wasted enough time off that cap.
He was doing a great job of denying people, though. He was very well uncontested.
I thought he had it for a second. Though.
Yeah, he was in a great position, but
he's still alive.
He just couldn't get the out cap.
Yeah, he's very low, though, I believe.
No,
he's full health.
Yeah, he just got the pack. He's running to choke right now. He might actually meet a player coming out of house. I think
he's going to get out successfully all the way, yeah. There he is. There he goes.
So he's going to be jumping him, though. Yeah, he's out. Good Flippy.
Tavik does get killed around this choke area, though, and Permzilla is sent back from the sheer amount of damage.
Huge bomb!
His team is just supporting him far too much.
Gigantic bomb in there from Kaidus, who does get cleaned up. He couldn't quite find the frag onto Koss, who's still alive, has backed out with Rib. They're the two crucial frags that you need if you want to be able to push Badlands last. And they are still alive, awaiting respawn as in come a soldier and a scout to try and help them out here, but it's big uber disadvantage once again.
Yeah, Reason going to be in a good position to try and do another last push. I think they're going to take in Stark through this top left area right now. He's going to get his rockets started. The Pyro's trying to reflect some stuff. People being knocked down to the low ground. The Pyro going really low, finally get taken down. He's just going to try and jump onto the point, get some time on it. I don't think anything's going down with that, though. A lot of swedeRage still alive, but no, now they're finally 3 down. Reason stab all 6 players. They're just going to start streaming for this point. The Uber does actually get used by Koss instead of dropped for once, and it's going to save him for now. But Reason are just going to back up, get their heals, and wait to push back in.
I'm not sure if anybody noticed there, but I think Kaido is actually using that new sticky bomb launcher that destroys stickies. They immediately just lit up all those stickies that were gone, and then that just led to swedeRage panicking. They just committed so many bodies to the point to keep it well defended, and once you've got that low ground, it's completely at your downfall, and you're at the mercy of the enemy team.
Look at this, really interesting. The sniper coming out from Flippy onto Badlands middle. He has run this strat previously in swedeRage. It used to work against the old Reason team that they were playing at I-55. We'll see if he can deliver something here. He's not quite hit anything yet, but there comes a headshot. He's going to get pressured a little bit, but Bevan and Twick have died over the other side of the map. And he's just in Valley getting chip shot down as well. They didn't have enough position given that they had the sniper.
That was a very, very poorly executed version of the swedeRage strat. I mean, if you're going to have the sniper, you have to trust him and you have to stay in your own valley. I know it's usually a death sentence, but we see Bevan, it was on the other side of the map and he was not really paying attention. You have to kind of use that sniper as a bit of bait as well as a fragging machine, but they just didn't quite trust him, Flippy.
Yeah, it was really well recognized as well by Reason. Stark jumps in, gets 1 million damage, and the rest of the heavies just immediately follow him up. Now they're just going to run in and cap 4-0 the score right now. I couldn't even have time to explain a 5-second sentence before they capped. The Reason just ran right in and said, nope, this is ours now.
That Badlands cap is a cruel, cruel mistress. It's just way too fast. Please fix it, Valve. Anyway, going on to our 5th middle. It's match point for, well, not match point, more like
map point.
Map point.
Look at that really interesting rollout there from Kaidus. Really fast rollout into the valley. Going to pre-spam people as they come up through the choke area. Maybe even deny a crit heal on one of the soldiers. Tek's still buffed at the moment, but oh my god, that was insane!
Double air shots, boys.
And now the scouts are going to clean up all the frags. The Pyro not doing really any work there. Flippy not feeling the scout, I guess, and there's going to be a sword kill by Zebosai to finish that one up.
Yeah, they have 12 minutes left in the map, but they look utterly dejected here. They were running the Pyro to mid to see if they could make something happen, just switch something up on the mid fight, see if they could maybe just change something. Maybe they need to, you know, throw a heavy in there. Who knows what, but
I think this is just an astounding level of tilt.
Yeah, they have Tweak on Sniper at the moment. They're not feeling Flippy on Sniper. Instead, going to the old Swedish legend, who did find a frag there straight away, and Perms popped in upper lobby.
Oh, but actually, the counterpart coming out from Koss, that was quite not the Uber I expected. It must have just felt like it was that time. Usually you feel obliged as a medic when you see another Uber just to use it.
Kaidus is actually trying to go behind right now, but he doesn't end up really doing anything with it. I think he's just going to try and meet up with his team. He does look like he's going for this last area, and he's fighting like 1 million people. I hear damage raining out everywhere.
No way! Oh, Zebosai and Koss were having a melee fight. Zebosai came out on top with help from somebody, who knows who, but it was too late. Zebosai had already hit him with the 3-rune blade, and he died of the bleed damage.
I think they're actually going to cap this point out right in front of Reason's noses. I think some of the players haven't got quite the memo. They have all successfully backed out now. We actually see Stark is hiding on this flank-hand side in a very unique spot, but they have been spotted out. I guess you can't quite fool the old dogs.
Yeah, he did manage to do a lot of damage, but he couldn't really quite get anything. So now with the 1 pick down, they can try and go in. Tweak is going to try and be the equalizer, but he does just get focused and taken down.
That was an interesting bomb.
Yeah,
Hafiko just hit 2 like 105 damage meat shots just in a row there and just utterly mulched the soldier.
Carnage would be proud.
They do actually get a pick on the flank right now, and they're going to try and Uber in. Both Sullies jumping this trash area, doing so much damage. Medic, nice.
Oh my
god, Kaidus!
What did we just see?
Was he flying for the
Yeah, he surfed from trash. It was an incredible surf.
Okay,
And Kaidus
the only
just saw
time-
him coming.
I've only seen that in baseball, okay? That is just not how
What?
the game should work.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
right, okay. But back to reality. Somehow, oh God, my face has just melted a bit. Just like they've gone and won that.
I have
even
no
though
idea how.
I think the only reason is that after a play like that, I bet your entire team just like walks away from the computer for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's really very possible.
Yeah, Kaidus must be wearing his Axe body spray because that was an Axe to body play. And it's left Reason in a really good position, well, in pretty much a bad position now because they're holding their second. So as hype as that was, swedeRage have managed to continue and taking ground. And they're going to be pushing in through this choke area right now. They're solidly going in really aggressively, but so many picks find the way of Reason. They focus down players so well, kill them so quick. Only 2 remaining right now, and they're all going through this choke area. They smell blood in the water, and they're not going to let anyone survive. That's going to be a full wipe.
That was such a full commit from swedeRage. They decided to bomb both of their soldiers around the choke point, and Reason just thrive in that position. They enjoy holding a choke. If you come at them, they will micromanage every player so that they have a perfect focus on your team coming in. The soldiers were dealt with instantly, a sticky trap and then scouts to finish him off. Kaidus continued to hold forwards and do damage to all the other players trying to come in. It was just an instant collapse, and they did it so well.
And you can tell that they just know which players to focus at the exact right time. It's just the mark of a team that's been playing together for so long, and now Happycool even cleaning up that pick, that desperation like bomb from Tvik now. Even the scout has gone in. I believe that will be Beeben. Beeben is really aggressive on this scout. He does live for another day. Maybe he'll strike again, whilst everyone has forgot him on the side of things.
Yeah, swedeRage actually do have the cap here. I like how they played this. They realized that Kaidus was down, so they kept pushing. I was kind of scared because they were doing it 1 by 1, but they have managed to cap the Spire. The reason I'm going to give it up so easily, they're still all in, and there is actually Beeben still down for swedeRage, so they're in a really good position. Oh my God, and a great rocket onto Flippy there.
Nice.
That should just be the hoorah for Reason to continue going on. They're like, yeah, we've got the Spire, boys, keep pushing. Uber is used from Perm, take it away, TurboTabs.
All right, I'm looking at them. They're making the Uber fight into this lower area, but they don't really want to go with it all the way. They haven't got enough Uber to really make the push onto Vid there, who's holding onto this last area. They still haven't capped this second though, during all this like mix-up and just fighting. Good God. All right, looking towards the last push. Kos has just respawned. They are sitting on about a 30% advantage. It looks like they want to just go with like, oh no, that's not Reason-like, is it?
False alarm.
False alarm. Starkey did not get the memo though. He died over in that bottom left-hand corner.
They should definitely be pushing as soon as they get this Uber charge up though.
Oh.
Especially with that pick as well. Tvik just hanging around on the point as heavy, but you really need to get the high ground if you've got the heavy and drop to the point at a later date when it's required.
I think if they're going to make the push right now, they really need to get another pick. If they just want they want as many reasons as possible, but they do have another one in the form of an Uber charge, and here they go. They're leading with the Scout, following up with the Soldier. They've found their way onto Rib. That's a big pick. Now they've got no stickies for this last point. Tvik does equalize it onto Happycool. Captain takes out Beeben though. It's slowly dwindling for swedeRage, and it's slowly winning for Reason Gaming. That's 5-0. GGs have been called. The Mercy Rule has been made with 7 minutes on the clock. Reason Gaming.
Yeah. It's almost a fragment of a game there. A bunch of players had so many nice of the plays, especially Kaidus. Oh, good God, that was incredible. But as for that last push, just really quickly, I want to say, I think the reason they weren't pushing off of those picks was because I think the Uber was counted as such that they would get it while there was a player still respawning. So not only would they have that number advantage, they'd also have the Uber as well with it.
Well,
yeah, I think so. I think Reason played that. They were always in control in every situation. Whenever swedeRage tried to throw something different into the mix, they anticipated it perfectly, and they were able just to read it really easily. They adapted to everything that swedeRage did. The Pyro to mid, the Sniper to mid, the backcap plays, everything.
I'm not totally convinced by some of these, like, I guess, mix-up plays that they did on this mid for swedeRage. It seems very shallow, just in the... I guess the strategy department. Onkai will be shaking his head right now.
And he absolutely is, yeah. Onkai is sat behind these guys, shaking his head, although he is sat behind Reason at the moment, so maybe he's just cheering them on. Maybe he's providing strats to them, you know, he's over in the corner.
Yeah,
so.
maybe, I'm sure he saw the Pyro on one of the Reason screaming, like, really?
If only any of us could do a genuine Onkai impression, that would be pretty incredible. But
he's got a singular voice, doesn't he?
Yeah.
A singular voice.
Actually, no, he has another one. He has full of caffeine pills and playing against Dog's voice, which is also pretty incredible.
Yeah.
That was the strap, man, and it won them. That
Yeah.
what won them the game against Hogs, the caffeine pills.
All right, so that was Badlands. That was 5-0. And the next map we're going into is Process. Half Equal claims it's their best map, but traditionally it looks like it's been one of their weaker ones, especially because a couple players, as far as I know, don't really enjoy the map too much.
Yeah. Do you want to call names? Or are you just going to...
Captain hates this map. I'll be completely honest. Every time we're talking to him, he's like, oh, no, Process.
Well, I think a lot of soldiers actually dislike it. I know that that a lot of the players from the previous Epsilon team really disliked Process as a map. They disliked playing on it. I think probably because the mid is so dominant for scouts, really. A lot of the choke points and the way that the map is really nicely designed with tons of nice ramps allow you to sync a lot of stuff up if you're playing roaming soldier. But the scouts can get in great positions to deny you as well.
Yeah.
I actually think it's one of the more balanced maps in terms of who comes out on top. But
Right, boys.
a lot of scouts prefer playing it.
I have the logs ready and
Logs.
waiting.
Oh, logs.
Everyone
Can't
loves
forget
logs.
about logs.
Absolutely.
So let's load these bad boys straight onto the stream right now. Wabam. Anything that jumps out at you guys.
Well, let's take a look at the damage dealt.
Of course, of course.
Wait, what is this? This is not the log. You have robbed me, TurboTabs.
Oh,
This is swedeRage versus publicclear.se.
how embarrassing.
Oh,
Well,
my God, TurboTabs.
it's okay.
We will we'll have it fixed.
Where's
pretty
the
shortly.
Where's the problem sign?
Problems
Please.
infinite plus one.
Well, this is what happens when all the teams just keep playing Badlands, okay? I don't think the logs have automatically updated, so...
Oh, lovely.
yeah, guys, it's not my fault.
Let's
Oh,
guess.
well, no problem at all.
All
Well,
right.
I don't think
Let's take these logs off the stream, shall we?
that's
Yes.
a good idea.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, so I don't really think that the logs would have told the story either, because I don't think it was any single player
Shall I
underperforming.
just make another graph right now?
Yeah, sure. You just literally write some logs up for the game. In
Yeah.
fact, that can be your role for this match. You
Yeah.
just have to keep track of every kill, every assist, every piece of damage.
It's okay if we just reuse the Kaidus complaints one and then just cover Kaidus complaints. Like,
And just
that was
write
probably
Kaidus damage over
yeah,
time.
just
Yeah,
Kaidus
yeah, yeah.
damage.
Yeah, that's a brilliant one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to be diving into our second map pretty shortly. That is going to be Process, and we'll see whether that works out.
Well, we've actually got the logs working now, have we?
Oh,
No?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay. All right,
They're just
well.
about to go live. That's,
Oh, okay, that's what they're trying to tell me.
that's what they're telling us.
we can cheat and just watch the first middle if we want right now. We can see all of the PCs of swedeRage.
That's not sportsmanlike.
Oh.
Yeah, we will be taking a look though. What are your predictions for Process? Are Reason going to crumble again and allow another team to take a map off them on this map?
Well, that's the thing. They lost to Saints, and Saints lost to swedeRage. So you can sort of use that kind of logic to say swedeRage might actually have a pretty good chance on this map.
You can indeed.
No, I think I've been like ruining myself, and I should stop predicting who's going to win, but how quickly Reason is going to win. So I think Reason will probably win in about 22 minutes.
22 minutes.
22 minutes.
Well,
They
I
do
think
play pretty slow.
that's a pretty bold prediction.
Yeah.
I think this map is definitely going to go to the 30-minute mark. I think if it
We'll
goes
see,
to a
man,
win
we'll see.
difference, I'll be incredibly surprised because they have not been looking strong on this, and swedeRage have got the cohesion to make things happen. I think what often happens on Process though is that they go down fairly early, or it's difficult for them fairly early, and then they end up coming back into it later on as Reason kind of gather themselves. So we'll see whether that works out.
One last thing I'd like to add is Process is a map that generally actually tends to come down to whichever team has the better last pushes. And I think as Reason are a genuine team that have been together for so long, that's going to favor them, and they could win solely based off the fact that they'll beef less last pushes, which is something that tends to happen a lot. But
All
on this
right.
first middle here we have...
Rib, the first one to arrive, actually, and let's see if he can... Oh, wow, good God. And they're actually rolling a sniper onto mid. I wonder if he can make something happy. Flippy is just sitting about here. Let's see if he can make the... they've immediately backed out as soon as they've lost Stark. They always seem to have this sort of trend.
As soon as they saw the sniper on mid, they just backed out, just straight away. And Flippy's now going all the way forwards.
Yeah,
Plus-
he's not
plus
going to
Stark-
concede anything. He's going to look all the way through and actually get their headshot
Nice.
there onto Kaidus. Great play from Flippy. They won the mid, now they're...
He's treated himself to another aggressive stance. This is what happens with Flippy.
What? Oh my God!
Why is that there?
The double direct hit headshot followed up by the headshot onto Permzilla.
Okay, desperate times calls for desperate measures, guys. They have to just bring out every single air-shotting machine they can bring to the table.
The hell? The long-range double air shot and another one. Stark craters off the back of it. What is going on? Tech is a machine with this.
I guess once you're at swedeRage, you kind of think, what are we good at, guys? We're good at air shots. That's what we're good at. Let's just pull out all the EU gimmicks as much as possible. I think it's going to treat them to the first round.
Yeah, I guess you could say that Reason was sent direct to DVD.
Hey!
Oh my goodness. Let's take a look at the next round, see if those kind of individual plays carry them to a victory on this map. I mean, the one thing that swedeRage really have going for them here is that they have fantastic DM. They have comparable, if not better, deathmatch players on each and every class. It's just that Reason have a vast advantage in terms of cohesion. So these kind of things are going to play perfectly into swedeRage's hands.
Yeah, their attitude really matches that as well. They know what they're good at and they're trying to strike with the iron is hot. They take out an aggressive Zebersite and an aggressive captain. They've got another aggressive player in the form of Starkey. He's trying to back out, but he's going to be heavily punished. He's trying to give the jukes around this rocket. Almost takes out the scout, actually. And he's juking him for so long, he actually gets the kill. What on earth? That should not happen.
Shall I let you into a little secret as well?
Oh, tell me.
Captain died on the mid-fight because he took a 75 damage arrow from across the map from Kos and then jumped to his death from the crates on top of mid.
Oh,
he was on
wow.
about single-digit health and was trying to evade the next arrow and just jumped to his death. So Kos actually got the first frag on that mid.
Where's Kos's nomination? Well, actually, you did get a nomination for the ETF to World Best Medic season. Maybe this will contribute to it.
Oh, Flippy's finding more damage there on the sniper, following up their successful Reason-esque middle where they just sort of bait people forward and win it, but this time they're claiming the ground for themselves. Some good damage happening onto Reason, but it's sort of just going to even out as they cap the second point. I guess they're going to be getting ready to go through this last few lobby TurboTabs.
Alright, they've still got the Flippy factor though. He's poking in, he's looking through the scope, he wants to find the kill, he needs it, but he can't just quite find it, and nobody's really making it easy for him. They actually do kind of overextend slightly. The direct hit actually picking off that weapon, a very controversial weapon when it was first introduced, but kind of petered off in the end. But maybe it will resurge the old scandal.
Yeah, I think that it's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the counter-argument to that is that ESEA has had it for a long time and it really hasn't had a problem there.
Oh God,
but
Kato down.
The fact of the matter is that the European soldiers have way superior DM to the North American soldiers at the moment. So, oh my God, Flippy hits another headshot, but it was just body blocked. I think he was going for the med there and it didn't work out.
It's just Kos left though, he has to run away. Oh, I'm pretty sure he's going to die, yeah. There we go, that's the team wipe. It seems like that direct hit, you see I guess the con of it is really hard to hit those direct hits.
Yeah, you don't really have spam as an option, so like when they were pushing in there, Tech can pretty much only do damage to like one target at a time, and what happened is when they got pushed into, there was no real way to sort of discern Reason for pushing into them, and then they kind of split up, and then they got picked off, and now we're all the way on the middle here.
Beeman is trying to take the fight to these players here. I like this sort of movement. They have got the respawn advantage. That's the only sort of advantage they can really hold on to, but they need to keep in mind that Uber is going to be clocking up very closely. They need to focus down Permzilla if they really want to sustain this. Permzilla has been brought down awfully low. He does finally get his Uber, he does pop. Everyone's so low on the side of Reason though, but maybe the power of invincibility will be enough. They've caught out Rib in no man's land. They've still got Flippy Sniper, but he just feels like the boiling pot is way too hot. Oh God, a little pipe onto, and finally a sticky to finish off Tech.
How does he find that frag there, Tech, as he's flying through the air, still manages to pick up Captain, even when Kaidus was just spamming sticky after sticky at him?
The Flippy factor has been taken out of the game, at least for momentarily. They can cap the second point with absolute ease and, I guess, relief.
Yeah, I guess this is going to be the first time in this game it's swedeRage can show us their defensive prowess. They do have Uber coming up very shortly, a reasonable advantage over Permzilla. They could choose to play this one pretty aggressively, maybe try and take lobby or something like that. Looks like that's actually where they're rotating, and they're going to meet a couple of Reason players in there and actually find a nice little pick there onto Zebersite, who's very far forward.
Oh, but Kato equalizes with one of his
once
traps.
again finding one of the swedeRage scouts pushing into him in a sticky trap area. I feel like if they were holding just for 30 minutes, they'd probably have about 50 deaths, Flippy and Bevan, because they're just constantly running into him. Whenever he sets up a sticky trap, he's almost guaranteed a frag.
He is reading them like a book, though, and but he isn't lingering too long. The bad thing I see about Demoman is just they stay on one Demoman trap, I don't know, picturing in their mind that they're going to get the Banny Blind 4K or something on that lines, but Kato just makes the effective traps that take out these single picks here and there.
And eventually he's going to have one that's going to find a super crucial pick onto the medic, but Reason are actually going to be pushing in right now. So they're getting super destroyed there.
My God.
great focus fire from swedeRage, and with Starkey down, I guess he might try and come up as an off-class or something like that. I don't think Reason are really going to push this one. They're still holding on their second.
Yep, and of course in good Kaido fashion, he is setting up another sticky trap. He's just going to wait.
I bet he gets a frag.
Actually, Flippy
knows.
He knows.
Flippy
He
knows.
sees them,
and Flippy knows that he's being baited.
Yeah, I mean, the door is open. He sees the peak of the demo man. He does kind of clip him there, but doesn't quite finish him off. Kaidus is just going to run away for now. No
Flippy's,
real
somebody's
impact.
still going to go for it, right? I bet that sticky trap still finds a frag.
Just going to forget. 5 minutes down the line.
Yep, that's probably what will happen. The sniper stalemate is continuing, as Stark did decide to spawn himself on sniper, so let's see if anything happens, if snipers get one of them, or anything. Oh, the body shot does actually come out with Flippy down. Stark proven to be the best
That's actually a
sniper
pretty
right
good pick to say that sniper provides so much room for them, and now they haven't really initially set up. The only one they could do is throw a scout in there, and that's just an easy second kill. Look at how much they've got in for 3, and this is process.
Oh my god, Koss was just about to be double donked and just popped his Uber just after he got the first hit.
Yeah, but he's popped it before they've Reason Gaming have used their Uber, and this is a very unique situation. Reason Gaming find themselves in. They've got plenty of Uber to spare to actually just like completely sap all the health away from swedeRage. Can the DM just prevail though? Koss is doing his best to stay alive, but nobody's really focusing him. He knows he's not really a factor. Once that Uber's been taken out, everyone just focused on the guys with guns, and the guys with guns died and they lost the round.
Yeah, Stark had tons of room to do whatever he wanted as well, because all of the pressure had been taken off him. The fight was happening miles away, so he was able to really make that work.
Kaidus pretty quickly onto this middle, takes his health pack, trying to sticky the other demo man. Actually knocks him down pretty low. Bevan as well, going really low down to 17 HP. Not really going to get picked off though. Flippy still on sniper. Yeah. Oh, and he actually gets permed.
Welcome to the game, Permzilla. I will be your... welcome to the game, Stark. I will be your guide, says Tek as well. And now they're just trying
to the spawn queue.
They're just trying to clean up these last few players. I don't know why this last scout's trying to get out from Choke. He's going to get completely minced. Who was that? I can't really tell. I think that's Zebasai.
Yeah, that's Zebasai.
And running into the direct as well there.
Jesus.
Tek really proving this thing.
Tek's so good. I mean, his DM is just fantastic. Given the oh my god.
Whoa.
It's just individual play after individual play winning them this game so far. I mean they're tied at the moment, but it's them in control of the map.
Keep in mind, Reason Gaming are very good when they're comfortable, but this is probably the peak of their uncomfort zone, like all land. This direct hit, this sniper, they just needed to add a bit more oomph to the Flippy sniper. Look, that sentry gun's not even a problem because it's against the direct hit, man. You need to play some more Highland happy cool.
Absolutely destroyed there in that round. And it was almost a carbon copy of the previous one. Flippy and Tek going absolutely huge and just winning the map themselves.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier, like of swedeRage, and it does definitely seem to be shades of swedeRage in this swedeRage team. Just individual play after individual play, like you said, each player just taking turns to go ham. And then, sorry if you heard that in the mic, as we go to this middle right now. Let's see if this magical play can keep happening. Tek still on this direct hit, trying to spam and get something going, jumping onto the enemy side. All of Reason are like in their sewers pretty much, trying to wait for someone to go onto them.
Tek is obliterating them once again. Oh my god! He's doing so much damage.
Stark has been deleted from the game. Good god.
It's just, honestly, it's insane. He turns up to a mid-fight and he will put out so much damage. The disadvantage of running the direct hit is that most people don't actually hit enough things with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how Tek can do this. Like, usually the 2 different rocket speeds just like alienates like 90% of soldiers. But keep in mind, Tek is not 90% of soldiers. He is truly an extraordinaire, and he's showing it with this direct hit play.
He's not even 99% of soldiers. He is a 1 in a trillion kind of soldier. It's ridiculous the DM he can output on a day where he's playing good. Even when he's not playing good, he's usually still pretty sick. And he's showing at this game that you should definitely be a fan of him. And swedeRage looking to be pushing last again. There is an engineer up, so Reason feel quite comfortable to play pretty far forward with that sentry knowing them. They do see that swedeRage are coming into this lobby, and that's going to be a quick pick onto Stark there, and this is they're going to go straight in with this.
Stark to go down. The sentry gun is doing so much work though, kind of juggling them. That was kind of a mini pyro and a sentry gun rolled into one, but this it gets quickly cleaned up by the direct hit. It contributes to another kill onto Kaidus. I believe that was a mini crit as well. He must have caught him in the air. Just a few players left. Can Tek just kind of finish them off? Oh, the shotgun holds true. The demo man cleans it up and caps the point. 3-1 to swedeRage.
They're running away with this.
Yeah, Reason's defense on process last seems to be heavily reliant on off classes, and Heavy and NG are the main ones, and it just the direct hit just takes them out of the picture.
Look what they're doing on the mid fight as well. I didn't even realize, but Tvik is actually running scout to the mid, so they've only got one soldier that they can punt the heals into, and they have 2 scouts who are going to be running around denying people at any point.
Oh my god, another headshot.
Oh, but Tek is being controlled so much into the air. He finally gets taken down. No more random direct hit to deal with now, but they do have a player. Actually, no, they're well boxed in by the player behind. That is Stark. He's going to come in with a huge flank. He's got on top of the mid. Oh, God.
That's the 3rd headshot that Flippy's hit.
Okay.
Cost with the arrow kill on like 10 HP, and Flippy finishes him off. That's a wipe for Reason. Oh, my God. And swedeRage going to do it.
This is insane.
That was literally like a fight out of a Kung Fu movie where everyone's just like throwing each other and just like grabbing weapons and they're passing weapons and just hitting each other. Good God. It was so much synergy and just like all their like little plays, and just every single sequence happened perfectly when they needed it to happen. What a turnaround coming out from swedeRage.
Yeah, swedeRage flipping Reason's life upside down. They're going to give him a minute to sit right there and just take this beating as 3-1 is the score, and they're going to be pushing in right onto the second already. Reason like nowhere close to contest. They're only in their lobby.
Yeah, let me tell you about a town called CP Process. Here they are just crawling all over the second point now, and they're going to push all the way to last with this overcharge advantage. Flippy's still rocking that sniper, but he's like 5 people rolled into one class, it seems, and that is no means by a aggressive disadvantage. They're just going to push in. They are still rocking the sentry gun. I'm not sure if Tek is respawned with that direct hit, but we'll see if they have a way to deal with it. Yep, Tek is still running that direct hit, so here, the sentry gun down. The Happy Call doesn't majorly...
Oh! Kaidus drops in with the double donk, just spamming in that right-hand side there. Kos had committed to the choke point again and again, and just when he was dancing around in that little corner, eventually Kaidus catches him.
Okay, guys, everyone put on your clown shoes, put your oversized pants, get in the clown car, and we're going to Clown Town. This is just absolutely horrible.
That was unbelievable, though. Like the weapon being utilized so well. He jumps over. I don't even think there's a word in the TF2 vocabulary for like a loose cannon jump.
Yeah.
But he loose cannon jumps over and then it just slams him with the double donk.
Oh, we see Beeman was actually caught in the forward respawn there. He does actually backspawn to avoid that, but they do have the slight paranoia that he is there.
Flippy is running soldier.
Okay.
What?
Actually,
he is.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. He said to me if Tvik wasn't really feeling soldier, he'd put him on scout because he feels like it might be better, and then Flippy's just going to try soldier, and it does open him up to a sniper a lot more.
Yeah, it does.
Has anyone seen the Beaver soldier?
What, Beaver soldier?
Yeah.
You mean Flippy soldier?
Flippy.
Oh, Flippy soldier. Sorry. Whoop. Embarrassing.
Yeah,
okay.
while we're getting all of this confused, there is actually an Uber used, and Tek's going to kill himself with the direct hit there, and they're 3 down. Reason going to be capping the second and pushing straight into their last, all through this rollout area. Kaidus spamming these donks. Press 1 for all the gimmicky weapons being used today. EU TF2, my boys. They're going to start coming in pretty soon right about now. Another donk. Kaidus is in, but the Uber is actually used by swedeRage here, and they can definitely block the point. It's on Reason to get out, which they have. They're just going to re-push any second now, I think.
A bomb coming in from Captain was what secured that force onto Kos, and they've gone out of it pretty unscathed, really, and Permzilla's sitting on a pretty healthy 30% or so advantage. I think they'll make good use of this once Captain does respawn. Alright, Flippy is still rocking that sniper, even though Tvik did pick it up for a moment on Badlands. It seems like he's found his flow again on the class, and everyone's just having a good change around on class. It's not just Stark, it's not just Zebasai, it's not just Flippy, it's everybody.
Yeah, even Beevan's getting in on the fun. He's on heavy hold in this last right now, and I think Reason are just going to focus him down straight away. Actually, they get a pick onto Rib with their Ruba. They're all just going to start going on the point. There's no sticks on it now, and swedeRage are going to have to focus him down quick. The heavy is still up for Beevan, though, so he can do out so much damage, but the focus fire from Reason, incredible finishing off everyone who's getting on the point. 3-2 the score.
That soldier did such an excellent job of kiting that heavy there.
Yeah.
Well, 3-2 the score going into our 6th mid, and there was temptation there from Beevan to run heavy. He was heavy in the spawn and was considering running it, but once again they're going to be going with Flippy on sniper and Tek on direct hit. So let's see how this mid pans out.
Kaidus, look at these synced pipes. He's completely ruined Tvik. He has to take a crossbow there. He's wasted so much time. But
they both got slammed. Tek just obliterated Stark once again with the direct hit.
And they didn't even get the pick on Tvik. He was brought down to 2 HP. Oh my god, no! It's a real shame that such a great play still leads to a bad end at the end of it.
They have absolutely no answer for Tek, because the counter to Flippy sniping is to go aggressively into them, and whenever they're jumping in, Tek just obliterates them. I mean, eventually if they do it, maybe Tek will miss, but good God.
I think I've seen more kills on the in the air than I've actually seen on the ground.
That was another air shot as well.
But he was Uber. Kaidus does get, he does not get out. He gets cleaned up around the health pack area. Tek finishes off that cap. He's trying to land those rockets, but he does get cleaned up as well. It's the scout to Vic. He's in. Can he make magic happen? He's doing 360s, putting on his best MLG impression. Oh, full 80. Can he still keep juking and jiving? He wants this captain kill, but he can't quite get it. He just does it in good old-fashioned soldier fashion and shoots the ground.
Yeah, Captain was just doing
get killed.
Yeah, Captain was just doing like tiny little circle straights, waiting for Tweak to just sort of jump next to it and just put the 20 damage onto him.
It was kind of entertaining to see him doing all this juking and jiving. He just shoots the simplest shot ever and kills him.
Yeah, and Flippy's actually on the sniper still, looking in through this choke area, trying to see people, eyes on one. He does get the headshot there, really nice from him. And with 2 down for a reason.
Oh
There's still going in. Oh my Jesus, Tek,
Stop.
please.
Wow, Stark was like delaying for so long. He was like, all right, team, we'll kill him right now. And when the second he said now, his entire team wiped.
What are the damage numbers going to be like after this map for Tek? I mean, if he carries on playing like this, he's going to be like 14,000. It's going to be crazy.
Well, Zebasai just runs into like 5 players. I know he's trying to make something happen and they're in a desperate situation, but I think he'd be better as an off-class on this last point. But what do I know? I'm no Prem scout man.
Yeah, swedeRage getting a scout with like a tiny little point presence. Flippy was actually in on that right side trying to get as many headshots as possible. Uber used here from swedeRage. Is it going to go their way that it's only the 2 remaining? What are they going to do with this? Tek trying to do as much damage as possible, but he's not doing much. And Kaidus with the nice pipes there, and this is going to be a full wipe and the last secured for Reason Gaming.
Yeah.
I think Flippy did about 900 damage there just by hitting the headshots.
I think he did the most
random
damage for his
people.
team during that entire push.
Yeah, and he's just sat at the back, just railing off headshots on everybody. But take a look at Tweak.
Oh boy, it's a spy. You know things are getting kooky right now. Let's see. I can't even find where Tvik is. Oh, here it is.
He just took a ton of damage. Was that from a sticky trap or something?
Was he spotted?
No, I don't think he was. That's the thing.
I
think it was just random
Oh my
damage.
god, look at all the bodies he has to walk past. Is he using the Invis Watch or is he just using... He must be using the Invis Watch. He does actually go back to pick up health and ammo before he decides to go in, but he needs to get on his horsey though. They're making the push, and at this rate he'll never catch up to Permzilla and stab him.
Tek's just hitting so many directs as well.
And another
Crazy. He's just a machine here.
However, it almost doesn't matter because
Oh
Reason
no, they've spotted the spy. Zebasai has played enough Highlander games in this time and he knows a spy when he sees one. He's taken him out, but the scout is trying to make the countermeasure. Reason is still winning on the manpower though. They've got too many players for them to deal with. They're dropping a few here and there with some sticky
Captain in on the
wordplay.
medic. One shot, 2 double air shot from Captain. It's his turn now. Piton Tek not hitting another air shot in this game. It's actually Captain now, and that's going to convert into a second cap, and another last push should be coming very shortly.
Captain don't need no stinking direct hit. He does not need his air shots to be made easier. He decides to just do it the good old-fashioned way, and it is winning his team the second point.
Is Flippy going to get the ankle shot here? That's the question I want to know the answer to.
I hate that sight line. Why is
it's
that
so
in the game?
crazy. The fact that you can die to a shot to...
And look at this as well. Tvik is hiding behind the barrel. He's trying to use the fact that Flippy's going to use this sight line. He's going to bait somebody in, and Tvik's going to give him the good old 1-2 punch with the rocket launcher.
That's a really nice setup play there by the 2 of them.
But it seems like Flippy has kind of abandoned this and left Tvik pissing in the wind, though, as he actually does spring his trap. But whoa, nice turnaround. Is he going to do this? No way.
Oh, the 1v2 against
he jumps on his head.
Amazing jukes there by that scout. Jesus, Tvik almost getting the 1v2, but finally losing Airon in the end. Meanwhile, the rest of the action is happening on last with only 3 remaining because swedeRage is going to have to get onto this point to block it, but they're not going to, and Reason are just going to cap it, tying up this game 3-3 right in swedeRage's face.
Yeah, this is pretty incredible. The fact that Reason are able to just hold themselves and get back into this when it would put any other team on tilt.
Yeah.
If you guys went down 3-1 to a direct hit and a sniper, just the composure that they're showing to bring it level now is fantastic.
Yeah, it is literally survival of the fittest right now, and if we've learned anything from Evolution, it's the ones that evolve as time goes on as the stronger components, or I guess animals in the food chain. But it seems a bit of swedeRage is kind of doing some adapting as well, actually picking up all these kills onto Reason Gaming. Permzilla does manage to stay alive though as a consolation prize, but Kaidus is probably going to have to be just like the sacrifice, the offering. Oh no, Permzilla comes back for his English teammate and actually keeps him alive.
Yeah, Flippy actually back to scout in that situation on that mid. So Tvik has picked up the Roman class. I guess they're just going to kind of run it really flexibly, not stick to any roles, and see who's feeling what at what time.
It feels like I'm watching another game of Wheel of Fortune, and anything could happen. It could just land on any sort of thing. Will it be the prize that they want, or will it just be a dud? They Uber in from this choke area. Reason is trying to capitalize on this medic. He do pick up cost now. They just have to cut off their losses over on swedeRage and try and get this medic, but they're really struggling to get past the big fat wall of red, and they can't quite get on top of Permzilla. Permzilla's just backing out, making it impossible for Rip to get these stickies onto him. They've actually decided to focus on these little scraps of players that have left themselves behind, but I'm sure they're going to enter the fight anytime soon. But no, they've just left the scout to die. Poor Zebasai. Team.
Yeah, and with this, the reason we're playing really well around their scouts, but they could never get onto the point, which means that it still belongs to swedeRage playing that one really well, just making it last long enough for their spawners to come in. And now Tek has arrived back with his medic, and I think they're just going to keep this one going straight through choke. Although Permzilla does have this huge uber advantage over cost, I guess it won't matter for a little bit longer. Let's see if anyone can get a kill on him right now as this push is going down.
Alright, you just see a few fragments of scouts and picks in here and there. Everyone's kind of trading here and there. Kaidus has actually been caught out in this little lobby area. Didn't see the big flank coming in from, I believe that was Tek, or no, Tvik, sorry, and a combination with Bevan. I don't know why they're not just pushing off this. Here we go, there's the ghost sign in the shape of Tvik. He does go down. He forces the Uber though. Maybe they can just kite this long enough. They're trying to close the line with this scout. They just don't want to take this fight against Tek, because that's why you just get air shotters by that.
What is he doing? He's just slamming them in the choke again and again.
It's just one soldier.
Yeah, and they're scared to take him on.
Yeah, well,
wouldn't you be?
Usually, yeah, but usually, and that's if everybody goes, he can't airshot everyone, right?
Yeah, he can.
I think the fact that they were scared of him meant that it actually made it easier for him. So he's kind of got in their heads at the moment.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay. He misses once, but he does not miss twice. Tek, superstar.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the direct hit as well, isn't it? That even if you miss the first shot, all you need is one to take down one of those light classes. You do like 136 damage.
It is truly ridiculous.
Yeah, you were scratching on it earlier, Sideshow, and it's like when there's the flippy sniper and the Tek on the direct hit, Reason don't really know what to do, because it's like traditionally you aggress the sniper, but then they have the direct hit. So if you try and give them time, eventually Tek is just going to hit so many shots and get so many people low that they can just commit off of it.
And the beauty of this sort of tactic as well is it doesn't just apply to process. They can pull this over into their next map if it does. Well, of course, I'm sure it'll go that far. It is a best of 5, but either way, they can kind of carry on this sort of shenanigans as well. All costs taking a lot of damage from Kado from that little choke area. Start picking up a kill onto Vic somewhere as well, but they just kind of blob up and reconsolidate any sort of damage Kado can do, and it's just too scary of a thing for him to tackle.
And now they've lost their roaming soldier, but they have a gigantic uber advantage. So as soon as Tvik spawns, I would imagine they'll be trying to aggress forwards. Flippy is not on sniper this time, so the onus I think will probably fall to Tek, maybe Tek and a scout to see what they can get done with this uber advantage. Reason positioned fairly far forwards, but with flankers ready to go behind.
Alright, we actually see Kost serving into the second point, trying to follow his teammate Tek. Tek is so far ahead though. Tvik is backing him up. The scouts are finally following behind, and Kost is to follow. They're slowly pushing out the rest of Reason, but even with a pick up against them. Oh, the nice turnaround kill by Bevan onto Zeba's side. Maybe this will actually. Stark is all the way behind. He's just being a constant little pest, has to draw back Flippy, and there has been like a uber pop onto this second point. Permzilla has not used his whatsoever. He's just milking with absolute expertise and knows that he just doesn't have to see that uber and then immediately pop his uber.
Yeah, it felt like swedeRage didn't really know what to do there. Stark was like really far behind, so it's either like you go back and then you deal with the player behind, you've got to pick and then you push off that, or you just fully commit, realize he's behind, but like, okay, they're technically a player down, we can think of it that way, and Stark was so far behind, it would have taken him a long time. I think that would have been the play that they should have done, and so they sort of just got caught in their choke and waited to lose the fight pretty much.
And what's the worst part of that is they didn't even do any of those options. They picked answer number 3, where they just split off their, I guess, power between Flippy going behind and doing that. It's just such greedy play, and you should have more respect to Reason than that.
Definitely. Was that a force coming out there? Yeah, Roma going huge of Tvik trading for that force. Flippy does die though, and Reason are going to keep this one going. They're going to be like, yeah, we don't have the Uber, but we do have this number advantage to push off right now. Second finish being happening. What an air shot there to deny that soldier. And spawners should be up pretty soon for swedeRage. Their Uber finally used. They're going to try and push back this Reason horde. Soldier still in, but it does get taken down.
Alright, the Uber has been popped, but they're still making a push of it. swedeRage, they've gotten to the point almost cleanly. There's nobody really to contest them. They're just sitting back for now. Everyone, Tek, Kaidus is even typing in the chat, Tek, please, please stop.
He's got Kaidus so many times as well. I keep seeing it just in the kill feed. It's just Tek, mini crit, Kaidus. It must be getting annoying. It must be starting to get them on tilt.
Yeah, especially it makes second a lot easier for swedeRage because he just needs to stand on top of that cap, and while he's doing it, anyone that jumps in is probably going to get taken down. So makes it really good for them, and I think Reason have a uber advantage. Yeah, they've just got it now, 40% over cost. So they're all going to stream in right now. Captain getting a nice pick there to start it all off in the second, followed by the Scout. That's going to be Rib and Cost down, pretty much the last two classes you want to die before a last push is about to happen. Second cap is finishing right now. Reason going to heal and push.
Alright, let's see if they can have another go at it. They did fail one time, but I'm sure second time is the charm. Everyone is getting completely decimated before, and they haven't even turned up to the last point to defend. Flippy does get a ringing shot out, but finally it will go towards the way of Reason in 4-3 so far. 2 minutes and 57 seconds left on the clock.
Flippy and Tek are doing absolutely everything they can to make things work here, but they just can't save it. Flippy had a headshot right at the end, straight onto Permzillus, instantly switches off, but the rest of his team can't hold them off in time. We've got a heavy to this mid.
Oh god.
I don't know why, because Tek has been absolutely carrying them on the mid fights. If they want
Tek,
to run a heavy,
Tek
they should have subbed someone else in.
Tek loves his heavy. You need to keep in mind, Tek adores this class, and let's see what he can get done with it. Maybe such luck can unlock the secrets of the heavy weapons guy. He's using the Tomislav, so it's going to have that quick wind-up time. It's going to be insulting to kind of play against Stark. He's trying to abuse his corner and just shoot around the heavy without having that to deal with the hit scan fire. He doesn't finally get killed based
He's already
on it.
found both of the soldier frags.
Oh, he gets cleaned up. Oh, huge stickies there from Kaidus, and they're just going to stream across and cause a wipe. I think the problem with the heavy to mid is process is essentially won by whoever can take top first. If you have a heavy, you can't really take top. Reason, all they had to do, and they knew it, just get on top and just spam them until they die, and that's what they did.
And plus those soldiers didn't just die stupidly. They were such a pain to deal with eventually. Stark abusing that corner to its full extent. Big shout out to him. You do see them, they've all popped in, but they've actually dropped Zebasai during that Uber. He's just rushing too eagerly forward for his team, and they just don't have enough people.
They're running away with it now.
Yeah, they're not climbing on top of that point quickly enough.
Yeah, this is 5-3, and there's only, what, a minute and a half left?
If this was Kado here, he would call this time trash time.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's even possible. I mean, a minute and a half means that they'd have to take both rounds in 40 seconds. I mean, I think it may be possible if we had the quickest times ever recorded, but at the moment, I think for swedeRage, they've got to be focusing on the next map.
Yeah,
Kaidus is already behind them as well, just trying to delay them as long as possible.
And they've already
already over.
Yeah, they've already lost a player in the shape of Tavik. He was actually, I think he was playing Scout for the team as well to kind of speed things up. Once you lose a Scout there, that's imperative to one of these sort of quick comebacks. Him going down, that's GG in my opinion. All right.
So winners of a process are going to be 5-3. Reason Gaming. Pretty interesting strats coming out there from swedeRage. I couldn't believe what I was seeing at some point. The Tek and Flippy, the way they started that with those the gimmicks, the unlocks, whatever, was just so good. It was so fun to watch. I'm sure Twitch chat was absolutely loving it.
Yeah, it's always amazing just to see these individual performances.
Yeah.
It's kind of what makes TF2 so amazing to watch, is the skill ceiling on the Quake-based movement and Quake-based aiming is so high.
Yeah, but what's really annoyed me though is, like, in the short term, sure, yeah, it got them a few rounds, but in the long term, everyone's going to try and be that, put their best Tek impression on and just use the direct hit constantly.
Oh, Stark gets a little dead time air shot there just as the game ends. That's going to be good in his little logs there. But going back to what we were saying, it looked so good for swedeRage 3-1, and then Reason just sort of realized what they're doing is just dumb and just started playing normally, and Suka Bletips play normally. They finally did and started to cap it out.
All right, I believe, can't find any logs right now.
Not again.
The final score there was 5-3 though in favor of Reason Gaming, so they're currently up 2-0 in this best of 3 grand final of the TF2 Invitational at Dreamhack Winter.
Okay, I found them.
Oh, you found them?
I can't believe it. I was like, is it this the first log? And it is the first log. Wow, that was very lucky of me.
Well, it's almost as if they're ordered chronologically, TurboTabs.
Well, yeah, but there's a lot of TF2 probably being played right now.
Oh, I see. I see.
Oh.
I thought you were on a specific player.
No. I was literally
thought
just
you were
on the. I
wondering-
was on like
Yeah.
the main site. I searched Libby's name. It wasn't there. I was like, If I just go back to the, click back. I went to the main site, and it was just the first log. I was like,
You're a
maybe it's
genius.
this one.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
Fantastic.
I guess because you found it so
You're
quick, we
hired.
know why your name's Turbo.
yeah, thank you, man.
So let's take a look at these logs. We'll show them on stream in just a second. We'll get them up there for you guys so that you can process them as we
Wow.
do. It's all unintentional.
I don't know about you
cringe
guys, but every
time.
time I say reason, it
It's
just
so-
completely triggers me.
Yeah,
'cause
it's
I-
so annoying because all of these words have just been utterly robbed from our vocabulary.
Yeah, pretty
we
much.
can't say reason in a reason game. We can't say process when people are playing process. We can't. I can't think of another example. At the
Especially with it being my gimmick, the moment it happens and I don't want it to, it's so annoying because everyone's just kind of like, "Grrr, why are you doing
All
that?"
right, we have the logs nice and
Oh,
loaded.
moment. I want to see text damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
10.4.
I can already see it. Yeah, I don't even need to sort it. It's like the only one with 5 digits in it.
Yeah. And I think a fairly low damaging map overall,
was
actually,
thinking-
which I'm kind of surprised
It
at.
kind of
but-
slowed down in places as well. It wasn't like constantly going
Yeah,
and going
yeah,
and going.
that's
and
true.
There's
going.
actually one stat that really stands out to me. Tech using the direct hit got 11 air shots, meanwhile Captain got 12.
But the thing is, like
Oh, King Crowned.
every single one of those 11 air shots, because mini crits don't have fall off damage, will have done 152
Oh, true.
damage.
Yeah.
Whereas those air shots that Captain got,
Yeah.
although some of them might be super impressive,
Yeah.
they have fall off, so they might have done like 30, 40 damage.
Yeah.
They
I-
certainly won't have been like insta kills, which basically an air shot with the direct hit is.
Ironically, the rocket launcher that's easy to get air shots with, you get more rewarded. I don't understand.
Yeah, kind of. However, the offset to that is that you don't have the
I guess the capabilities or versatility of a regular rocket launcher.
Yeah, and it's kind of the guaranteed damage, you know, when somebody's in onto
But
you.
I'm just saying, in a perfect world, my air shots would mean something.
Absolutely. In a perfect world, all air shots would have no fall-off damage.
But this is not a perfect
This
world.
is not a perfect world. No, this is pre-matchmaking TF2, you know?
Yeah, this is the world where swedeRage are currently down 2-0
Alright.
in this
Yeah.
fixture. I want to talk about the mental game really quickly. If you could probably hear it through our mics, the swedeRage players were actually very vocal and very loud every time they won a round. Definitely, I'm sure we picked it up. And now, as they start to lose that one, they got quieter and quieter. And I wonder if they're going to keep headstrong as they go into the next map.
Just having a quick look at what else I can really spy from these logs. You know what? Let's go for kill to death assist ratio. Happy Call is still top of that table. It seems like every time I click on that stat, Happy Call is always toppling everybody in this stat.
You're baiting everybody, I agree.
It's just contribute. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it seems like he's doing a lot of work for his team.
Yeah,
But
I think he-
that's the
yeah, he
possibility.
is.
I think he stays alive a lot with Permzilla. If we order this one by deaths as well, we'll see how Permzilla was doing. He normally has a very low amount of deaths. He is at the
9.
bottom with 9. Koss getting picked off slightly more. It's not his best map
It's pretty
process,
good.
but
It's pretty good stats for a medic to say he was losing there.
that's very true. But the map was completely in favor of swedeRage at various portions throughout the map. They were kind of taking it away, but
As much crap as I do give Huffycool, it's mostly just like because we're friends. But in all honesty, he's probably one of the best scouts in the game after an Uber. He's so good at positioning himself during an Uber, and he knows exactly what to do. Like the moment it fades, he knows who to focus, and he meat shots them so quick.
yeah, absolutely. He's read that situation perfectly.
Well, guys, we have seen some exciting TF2 in the regards of Badlands and just these, I guess, that you could only call the air axe. But and we've also seen some gimmicky plays. Oh, did you want to pull the log back up?
No, we want to hide the logs, but we've already clicked hide the logs,
I
so
too
I
have
have no
clicked.
idea what's happening at the moment. But it doesn't really matter because we're going to be going live fairly shortly anyway, unless that's over the top
Where
of
is
it.
my
We
infinite-
may have broken everything,
Oh, no.
TurboTabs.
Oh, God,
Where's the sun?
Where's my infinite graph, please?
Yeah, we'll try and get that one sorted fairly shortly for you guys.
It's okay, guys. You don't want to see us anyway.
Yeah,
we
you
are
don't
literally
see
a
us.
mess.
Oh, there we go. Now
Oh.
they can see us.
Oh, great. Well, hi, guys. How you doing?
Yeah, hello. But let's talk about Snakewater.
Okay.
That is the next map coming up.
This is match
this
point.
is match point.
Well, match map.
Match map. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what
Let's-
can you say about Snakewater? It's a it's one of those maps where if you're very defensive and you know how to do your last holds, it's really difficult to kind of take the round from them. The mids, it's very soldier-driven in my opinion. You can just it really comes down to how the soldiers can play off. But if you can kind of work as a team and kind of push them out, that is a very viable strategy for this Snakewater map, because just crossing across the midpoint is just very dominant. And
yeah, it's pretty much the only way to play the mid, right? You just have to push across and you have to be coordinated.
Yeah, you can't play patient on this one.
Yeah, the strategy in Snakewater is whether or not you, what you do with your roamer essentially. Do you try and take the top ground? Do you try and take the kitchen area, or do you just try and bomb across the point?
Yeah, it does find that nice balance of you can't be defensive on mid, but you can be very defensive on last.
Yeah, let's take a look though at this first mid fight. As we said, this is match map here. The team at Reason are 2-0 in the lead in this best-of-5 grand final.
All right. The first thing I see on mid is Captain going down. A few players did go down earlier. It seems, I do say, the passive play usually doesn't work, and what the swedeRage go and do, they play passive and they take the mid. Yeah. But I guess they have to climb over the point eventually to cap it.
Yeah, that middle set them up really nicely. They got a couple picks, and now there's going to be even Ubers. Reason should be in time to have a fight on second, but swedeRage aren't going to really give him any time to set up. They're pushing straight in. Tek's still on this direct hit right now. The Uber's going to get used to onto him. He's going to get as much damage as possible and actually take down Kaidus. Bump going really low. The health of Reason not too good compared to that of swedeRage. The Uber much better for swedeRage as well, even considering how late a Reason popped, and that's going to be a second conversion all the way for swedeRage, and they're going to keep this going through lobby.
Yeah, Tek's still rocking that direct hit though. He really believes it for now. It's really made him after that process game, and now yeah, and there you go. To speak of the devil, he does go. Starkey does go down. He must have been killed at least 50 times by that weapon by now, or maybe that's a slight over exaggeration.
Maybe 50.
I don't know whether it is.
Yeah, he's actually going to find another pick there with a critical hit. There's going to be only 2 remaining right now.
Oh my God!
Crazy, and that's going to be the first round to swedeRage.
Cost banking those slices there for the next round.
It was, yeah. Imagine if you could. It wasn't even required, but if it had gone badly for a swedeRage in that situation, they could have very easily just had that Uber. Yeah.
But yeah, don't give them Valve ideas though. All right, the first thing I see is actually a Starkey going into their enemy kitchen. A trap made for Starkey actually kills Zebasai, who's trying to support his teammate. He just kind of battle off people and to distract them a huge amount of the time. He's kind of warped himself around, even picks up 2 kills in that kitchen. Stark going huge for his team, and I think they're going to pick up this first middle off the back of those 2 picks. Yeah,
he's not done yet. Him and his soldier partner of Captain are going to keep the kills chasing through Sword. They do get the soldier really low, and they finally take him down, and that's going to be a middle for them. Cabinet pretty safely. I think Kaidus is on that one. They're just going to wait till they get their Uber before they try and push it up. They're 85% right now, going through Saw all the way onto the second area.
Okay, pushing in, and we see Flippy dies immediately before they can really contribute to the second defense. Keep in mind that both medics are even Uber, so they don't want to risk it all. They have to just delay things just a little bit for now. And now both of them sitting on their Uber. Pemzilla a bit shy, but he might as well have it. And now they go in. The double Reason bomb. Starkey's trying to actually delay a bit of time. He's going to come in after the Uber probably. He even has his number though. The Ubers are grinding up against each other. It's Captain against the world for now. Oh, he almost gets the air shot, but Tek just kills himself instead. No kill for you, Captain. Starkey cleaning up the kill onto Beaven, who spotted him earlier. Tavik is called behind. He's been also caught in the deadpan. I guess death pool respawn, I don't know.
Yeah, and with a 3 down, Reason are going to take this as their reason to push all the way onto this last. The spawn is only coming up just now for them. They're focusing this point really hard. They need to block it, they do now, but all of the focus fire comes straight onto them, and straight away they have an answer, and it's going to be 1-1 the score.
Reason waking up from that last, round there, so they're just going to roll on in onto this third mid, pretend like that first round never even happened. Let's see who's the first one to this middle fight. It seems like it'll probably be Kaidus. Yep, he's here in good fashion, a good second ahead, but he takes the blunt of the damage, so first one to die probably, as he is brought down to low health. He's going to have a difficult time supporting his team. He's going to have to take the majority of this heals. Can his team deal with that fact? He does clean up a kill onto Tavik, kind of contributing that back, and the soldiers just don't need it. Captain does kind of trade, but he does so much damage and he does so much work.
Oh my god, yes, start cleaning up the medic just before the fight ends. Well, it does end with the final pick of a Rib going down. That's going to be such a decisive middle there for Reason, only losing 2. And they're going to keep this one going straight on to second. Of course they are. The spawns aren't even up yet for swedeRage. This is not looking too good for them at all, Sideshow.
No, it looks like they'll be able to get this one forwards. They've got a great opportunity to take it all the way into last. And Reason are going to be looking pretty confident. I think if swedeRage want to take this map, which they absolutely have to do for their tournament lives, otherwise they're going to get knocked out in second place. They have to keep trying to throw these curveballs in, because every time it takes 2 rounds for Reason to adapt. So if they can just keep throwing different things at them, they haven't really tried Crit Screak at any point, which would be an excellent thing to see if Rib can deliver with it.
Yep, they've got a sentry gun set up, they've got a heavy weapons guy, the 2 greatest tools for a last defense, even setting up a dispenser, I should be saying. He's trying to set up a nice little furniture for them to get nice and comfy in this defense, but it's been completely shambled. They've just kicked down the door and now they're just tearing their home apart, but can they just pick up the pieces what they can with the respawn time? I think anything is possible for swedeRage, and a direct hit doesn't helps a little bit too.
Yeah, Tek securing the hold for his team there. Rib getting 2 really nice sticky picks that set them up for the defense. Spawn is coming in, and then Tek cleans them up with the rest of his kills, and now they're going to try and push onto second. But as we all know, pushing into second is notoriously hard, and Reason already here to meet them, and they've barely capped it.
Alright, they 3 seconds for them, 100% Uber advantage. They've got everything on the checklist. They just need to pick up some milk and then make the push. So now they are just kicking about, deciding where to push. It looks like they want to go from this lower area, this grass area. Tek has got the direct hit. He even slaps Kaidus with it. A nice little hello rocket, ready, pushing him from kitchen. They're climbing up. They don't even have to use it quite yet. The double donk's not quite into fruition. They actually clean up the kill onto Starkey, trying to make the force. They just decided to go with the Uber anyway, and it's a 2 times cap on the point. They're just going to clean this up easy mid for swedeRage.
Yeah, they knew they had, Cost was counting the Ubers really well, though. You can tell that, like, that was a decision-making based for all those players, like how they how they wanted to go in and when they wanted to go in was based entirely off that they had Uber. They went in through kitchen, so many people, they got spammed and forced early, but they managed to convert that into the middle cap, and that's all they want. But Permzilla, however, is going to have his Uber coming up now. Yeah,
it is a game of taking turns, and it's Perm's time to shine. Can his team deliver when it comes to the Uber? But keep in mind, Cost is very greedy and he wants an Uber of his own. He's slowly building it away, and they're wasting so much time here on Reason Gaming. Maybe too calm of play. They do take out to Vic though, and they are powered through the point without even having to use the Uber, so maybe Cost won't even make good use of the Uber that he's got from all the pure amount of wasted time.
Yeah, they just perfectly read what swedeRage were trying to do to them. They knew that they were going to try and force them as they came in to take the mid-fight there, and just read it, and Thief was an easy frag. And right now, Ubers are being butted, but in comes Kaidus, trying to make as much damage as he can onto Rib, does find that frag, and Flippy falls as well. Tek is going to shepherd Koss out of there, but they're going to be holding really close on the right-hand side. Going to try and ambush someone and do 1,000,000 damage as they push in.
Yeah, there ain't no rest for the wicked. Reason going to keep pushing this one straight away. Oh my god, what a shot.
Nobody's paying attention to the cab. Look at the amount of turf. They're just taking it away. I guess it seems like the greatest strat at this LAN is to not kill players, but just get on that point.
Yeah, I understand what Tek and Koss were trying to do there, and it worked to an extent, but they had already been seen. A scout coming in from the other side did spot them fairly instantly, and the strat didn't quite work because they just flooded straight onto the point. But at that point, they really had to put all their eggs in one basket because they were down by so many players.
It's okay though, 21 minutes on the clock. There's plenty of time for swedeRage to make the comeback, and it's so doable with just one round underneath Reason Gaming. Starkey went in for a bomb, but didn't manage to get any work done apart from a mere distraction, but it does allow Kado to get the Beaver frag, but it is a frag above Reason Gaming right now for swedeRage. They just got to clean up these last few. Captain's finding them though. The turning factor of the headshot, but Kaidus is just the one that's just resetting that line for Reason Gaming, and no one can shoot you while you're on the roof, Max.
Yeah, the health for them was really low, and they just started to back out. Reason knew it, taking all the ground they need, keeping themselves secure, and now they've managed to find themselves another 2-pick as the fight is officially over, and they're going to cap in this middle, and I think there's going to be a huge Uber advantage for Permzilla, and he definitely knows about that.
Man, it was an awfully, I guess, they kept their cool Reason Gaming in that situation, in that sort of thing. I was just panicking and immediately go on top
Oh,
of wow.
Kaidus straight in, taking
That was
down.
stylish.
Even.
I think he already shot the pipe about where he was going to go before he even detonated the sticky. That was really a true wonder to behold.
Yeah, and Flippy down as well, so with both scouts down, this is going to be pretty bad. Reason already, we're like, yep, time to go. Already pushing him from this under. Kaidus going to take this Uber, try and sticky jump in. The rest of Uber going into his pocket soldier of Captain. Cuts off the medic, two
so
great
nicely
sync stickies there from Kaidus, and that's going to lead a Reason to cap the rest of this round as they find the remainder of the frags.
Absolutely god-tier Demoman there from Kaidus. The previous play, and then he just jumps in and does that. I mean, both of those stickies were beautiful straight onto Koss, and then he plays the point perfectly and wins it for his team.
My nipples are hard.
Oh man, every time Lan wraps around, everyone always calls
He's
out.
in so aggressive on this mid-fight. Sorry to cut you off there, but he's trying to take the fight straight to Rib, right at the beginning of the mid. There's still 20 seconds left.
Picks up a nice crossbow in that nice little nook on Snakewater. Never really thought of that before. Quite clever coming out from Reason Gaming, and now they're just going to dominate the rest of the mid-fight. He just made so much space for his team and allowed them to cross across that point before they even have to fight for it.
I've never seen a Demoman do that, actually. Was he running the booties to the mid?
He must have been doing the booties.
Yeah, I think probably.
It was really effective, and I like the fact that they have a plan to do what to do when Kaidus gets really low. He just gets in that nook that nobody really uses apart from the roaming soldiers and gets healed up by Permzilla, and then he's back into the fight. Yeah,
I've seen American Demomen roll out top with the booties, but they always just play passively. They always stay up top and they're just trying to control the ground and wait until they get counter jump to fall back. But Kaidus just deciding to play it really aggressively, doing a ton of damage to Rib.
Yeah, was that another unlock added to the mix now for what's been played with this game?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't seen anybody running the booties so far this fixture, actually.
I think it's really interesting. Kaidus is the only one that really does it, and he does he is a meta shifter.
Oh my god!
All right, okay.
Vic showing that he can handle
oh no, the axe is out. He takes a slice out of Rib, and he's been knocked to the ground. He has been killed as well. Can he clean up these last remaining frags? It's just Koss left. Now it's just Tek with 31 HP. I don't think he can do it. Kaidus is still alive with more health, and it is 4-1. It's not looking good for swedeRage.
This really is not looking good for swedeRage, and this is the map that they absolutely have to take. For this LAN to be so competitive, and for Reason to drop a map to public clear in their first game of the upper bracket round 1, and then it go in 3 maps in a best-of-5 grand final is just incredible if this is what happens.
Man, every time LAN comes around, everyone talks about the Kaidus curse, but I don't think it's in any sort of fruition when it comes to Dreamhack. He's just completely on the mark when it comes to everything, and his team is in absolute sync with him. Look at them towering over this point. They're not even capping it. They just want to get the kills, even though they do get Starkey, and now they've decided to go ahead and let the dogs loose, but they do lose a few dogs here and there, but who cares? They've got the point, they've got what little kills they do need, and I think they're going to get... Oh wait, actually no, the
Tek playing really solid.
I guess they just
to even out. They're going to come out to middle, try and get this block. Tek jumping onto the hot there, trying to spam as much damage as possible. They don't want to let them cap it, but Reason actually do in the end. But the spawners are going to favor swedeRage so hard, so they're staying into this fight as long as possible. Both Ubers now do get used, and let's see who it favors. The Reason do have this cap, so it's definitely on them to win this, and swedeRage start backing out knowing this. But again, it's not the Ubers, it's what happens after, right, Sideshow?
Oh. Absolutely, yeah. The collapse after the Uber fight is just the most important part, perhaps, of the game in TF2. Ubers are super important, but it's more what you do after they've gone down, and Reason just have that down to a T at the moment.
Max the Prophet called the fact that Happy Core would be the greatest scout after an Uber exchange, and so he has. He's cleaned up so many kills in the aftermath.
Who goes for that? Who goes for that shot? That was crazy from Twig. He's like trying to shoot through some barriers above, like, where you can't even get to.
Twig is a madman.
It hasn't phased Reason Gaming whatsoever.
Oh my god, he goes down! Permzilla died there. Was that a drop? Were they trying to push with the Uber charge? I'm not even sure. I don't think it was, but they really did commit to that last point, and swedeRage really made them pay.
Oh no, not like this.
Yeah,
not like
but
this.
the backhand attempt coming in. Tek
it's the
sees
direct
it.
hit. He needs to call it back. He can just block the point. It's okay. Oh, that was a close one.
All he had to do was hit 1 out of 4 of the shots, and Hafiko was dead.
I think Reason might be getting a bit...
do that. He could just block the point.
I think Reason might be getting a bit complacent here. They're getting a bit lazy on their last pushes. They've won so many of them so easily. They're kind of like, yeah, we've kind of just got this now, you know?
got 16 minutes on the clock left for Sweet Gaming. That's plenty of time, in my opinion, for them to make the comeback. But the Scouts are being pummeled on Reason Gaming by that direct hit. It really has thrown a cog into, a wrench into the cogs, and it is just not going as easily as they expected. Stark is cleaned up the kill on Blippi, though. Maybe this is the time for him to shine, as he's got a nice little flank. He's going
What?
for the...
What?
Okay.
Oh my!
No way! 72 health. Regen up to 75. Dropped to a 75 damage arrow. What was that? Koss coming over the point and just gets slammed.
None of us know what to do anymore. That was an absolutely ridiculous drop, and Reason are going to take as much of that as possible. Second just capped, and they're already Ubering in onto last. There should surely be another last cap for Reason Gaming right now. They're streaming straight onto the point. I see some kills happening, but no one's really getting onto the point. TurboTabs, what's going on?
They've just gone pummeled all the way to last, as my camera's straying all the way behind, because I've just walked away from the keyboard, it seems, after that. And the Scout is trying his best to just make it happen, but Happy Call is just not quite up to the mustard. He will leave 2 players left on standing on that Snakewater, but it's Snakewater, baby. They've got those respawners back in literally no time.
Yeah, the interesting part about Lan is that I was screaming Koss's name there because he got dropped, and he actually turned around from his PC and took his headset off for a moment. So hopefully I haven't disrupted him in about 90 seconds time.
I know that feel where you just contemplate your life for half a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's take a look at the situation as it's unfolding now, though. Reason Gaming getting prepared to push the last point. They have the supercharge advantage. It's a fairly slim one, and they have a sniper. I wouldn't be surprised if they slow it down, but I think the correct play here would be to push that left-hand side, try and get a lot of room with the Ubercharge, and allow Stark to snipe.
Is 14 minutes really the time you want to park the bus?
No, certainly not, but when you're up at this level, and it's the most important map of your fixture, I really wouldn't blame them for just holding back and just waiting and making sure that they have a perfect advantage before they push.
Well,
Zebo's following an engineer who's pushed. What the flanking engineer from Flippy?
Oh my God, Zebasai got so greedy there, tried to take the fight onto Tavik, but Tavik's going to have like a pod shot.
Kaidus now with the bottle pick as well. It's melee madness right now, and the point is about 5 pixels away from being capped, and Reason need to close it out. Rib is on the point trying his hardest, but he's gone from rib to rip.
Permzilla, the ones cleaning up just by the fact that he was the only one standing at the end of it, and you can just see that Reason really is just playing with their food at this point, and we're just desperately just shouting, God damn it, stop playing with your food and just finish your meal.
Yeah, I don't think so, though. I think swedeRage have the talent to get back into this game, and I think if Reason let off the pedal for even a second, they're going to find themselves in a really sticky situation because there's tons and tons of time.
Did you watch what Zebasai was doing on the last push?
Yeah, no. I agree that they are taking it less seriously, but I think that they're going to find themselves in a really bad situation if they do that.
Man, these crossbow heals coming out. I'm not sure if it is Permzilla, but these are just random heals. The off-camera, they're just taking the health back, but these crossbows are doing absolutely great.
Yeah, the health for swedeRage actually really bad this middle, but it's been so scrappy. I guess Reason aren't trying as hard. It's 3-3 right now. Tech and Koss are going to be the only ones remaining. Can Reason close this mid fight out? They're spamming them really hard, and Choke Tech's trying to do his best, but I think they're just going to get out and keep it. But Koss has already got a nice Uber advantage.
All right, we're just hanging on towards the end of it here. It seems almost steadily going towards trash time, but then again, it seems so close, but yet so far. I bet Reason must be shaking at the fact that they're going to have so much money, cash, dollar backs. What are they going to buy?
A Lamborghini.
I think you guys are calling it way too early here, because swedeRage can definitely come back into this, and as soon as they win this map, I mean, there's a whole other best of 5. If they get the momentum here from Snakewater, they can absolutely come back into it, and they've got the individual talent to kind of put Reason on tilt if they kind of bring out these sick performances, if they can pull out some kind of nerd rage magic.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, Sideshow. Max, what would swedeRage buy? I'm guessing they wouldn't go Lamborghini.
Oh my God!
Okay. Wow. My my camera was just like hanging about in the air, and Kaidus just went splat straight into me there. Good God.
As if we didn't have enough odd shots from this cast.
Jesus Christ, it literally made me jump.
That was an insane air shot from Rib. Just saw Kaidus flying in there.
I think I'm pretty sure the contact with my camera made him kill himself there.
I mean, just slams a pipe into the bottom of Kaidus, and he ends up cratering off the back of that. And swedeRage have found themselves actually in a really sticky situation now, because they got pressured off the back of the damage or the distraction that Kaidus had done, and they're all the way in. They're actually in onto last here, and this is an Ubercharge. This could be it. This could be curtains. We could be seeing our final last push here, TurboTabs.
Yeah, there's actually only 4 people up, as I am now called TurboTabs. 54 HP on cost, and that's going to be 6-1. It goes to Reason Gaming then, I guess.
It does indeed. Wow. Well, they picked them apart.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was actually going to be like that. I thought swedeRage would be able to put up a lot more effort. Sorry, not effort. I know they're putting in a lot of effort, but I thought that they'd be able to put up a lot more resistance to
they'd have
Reason.
a lot more fight in them.
Yeah, I think on process they absolutely did. They made it really competitive, but I think the fact that they had to utilize such a range of kind of crazy stuff shows that Reason are a team that's difficult to throw off their game.
Yeah, but I guess this always just comes back to this thing of Reason just being the only actual team here. And I think if Full Tilt would have came, I honestly think we would have had like a more interesting line.
Yeah, perhaps. I think the battle for second place here was actually really cool to see. And I really hope as well that publicclear.se do stick around for next season, because I think they're a really solid team that can do a lot of work. I mean, if they were playing in an ETF12 season or a cup and took a map from Reason, if it was like a best of one on one of like the Razor Arena Cups, then that could be them gone. That could be them gone from a tournament. So I feel like if you're in a position where you can take a map from currently the best team in the world, then you should definitely stick around and make yourselves a team, because that's an achievement. Yeah,
I'd agree with that completely. Like, they played really well. I think it was really cool. I think we ended up, in all honesty, that TF2 Center entered out. We've actually ended up with more good games, you know?
Yeah,
I think with TF2 Center we would have had the battle for first and the battle for third, pretty much. And we would have only had, and then the other games would have been Raws. But we would ended up with 3 close teams that have all produced really good games to watch. And even Reason had some great ones with the other gamers.
Yeah, Mike's boss actually gave me a phone call this morning. And he said, sorry I had to keep Mike. He was really busy on Friday. He was. They've got him in a room just kind of like air-shotting things. I think they've got a fly problem. He works in a butcher's, and they have a real bad fly problem. And so they give him a pea shooter, and he has to get the flies. And that's his sole job. That's what he does. He actually does that full time. So I got a phone call from him today, and apparently he did really well on Friday. So I don't have a problem with it at all. I mean, that was great stuff from them. But that was a bit of a demolition on Snakewater. If we actually return to reality.
Yeah, it is a shame it did kind of go out with a fizzle as opposed to a bang. But it did start very well, and Process was a very enjoyable game to watch.
Certainly.
Like something completely fresh and new, which has been kind of a while since we've actually
got banned for VAC. So.
Oh, Tweak, you have some answers.
Hacking at LAN. No, just a VAC error, as people often get. But
are we going to have interviews?
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll bring in 2 people from interviews, and then I think the production team have got some kind of weird show match thing that they want to do on some new map. Okay. I hope that isn't taking the piss out of me putting Gravel Pit in, but we'll see. So I think we'll grab 2 players. We'll grab Kos and Kado. But I don't know whether he's seen me.
He's so cute.
No, Kaidus is right in front of me. He said, all PR should go through the team manager. Those were literally the last words he said to me before I started casting. I can't hear a word he's saying, shouting at me because he's on the headset. So we'll grab the king of squirrels. I'm making little motions towards him, so hopefully he'll get towards us. And we'll drag Kaidus in as well. But I'm afraid you're going to need this to do the interview, so I need that. So
all right then, you change. Hello, Kos.
Hello.
How are you feeling?
Pretty good.
Did you like the last map?
Yeah, it was really fun for us. I had a lot of fun playing that series of video games.
I can imagine that you did. You didn't have the worst of starts on Badlands. And then...
well, I didn't drop to a double dunk on Badlands, did I? Oh, no, I nearly did. I basically did.
Yeah, you got crazy.
You actually
just popped in and just shot the most disgusting weapon I've ever seen in my life at me.
Yeah, and you just crater.
Yeah.
It was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and I crated because because you can't strafe when it hits you.
Yeah.
And he knocked me like a tiny bit off the edge, so I just crated because I had 9 health.
But,
hate idiots.
If you want to, if you want to point out anything from that Badlands game embarrassing for you, I don't think it would be the double dunk. I think it would be you surfing into an execution.
Oh
that was
God, yeah.
unbelievable. Like that was just the play of the event. I don't think I've seen like a
like,
more
I'm out,
ridiculous
no.
play.
No.
And then, I'm sorry, now that I think about it, you got absolutely mauled in that best of 3.
Yeah.
Because then on Snake
Best of
Water, I'm thinking best of 3 because they played 3 maps, but then on Snake Water, you got to 75 health, you just got the regen up, and Permzilla fires an arrow literally across the map and just snipes you.
I know, I thought I can tank this. But
You
no.
couldn't
You
tank that.
thought wrong.
No, I mean, if it had been 1 second later, literally, maybe if you'd even been like a little further back, so the travel, so
Because
the
arrows
distance
normally do like just below
75.
70.
No, they do. Right, yeah. You mean if you hit from a reasonable
But like
difference.
because he was so far
distance.
away.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to use it because it'll just be garbage.
Yeah, I mean, using to an arrow would be like a really pussy Uber.
What?
Yeah.
Like using to an arrow, using from that far away because you were scared of an arrow.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah,
be like a
exactly.
bad pop.
I'm not a pussy pop kind of guy.
Yeah.
But
But you popped the pussy, right?
yeah, of
Can you give a
course.
shout out to give a wink to the camera.
What?
Give a wink to the camera.
Kaidus has just disappeared. I think he's making his way over maybe to say a few words, or maybe he's just messing about. I think the teams sat down like ready to play something. I don't know what this is. This is production looking at me and giggling, so I don't know what it...
I'm actually terrified. Do you have any words for Kaidus? Do you want to call him bad? Just before he gets it.
Do I have any words for Kaidus?
Yeah.
Well, like to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's right there, behind you.
Fuck the loose cannon. It's a shit weapon, and you have no skill.
And with that, he's gone. So I guess Kaidus is going to take his place as the interviewee right now. How are you feeling after your win of Dreamhack Winter?
Very excited. It was very close games, an intense battle to the end.
You guys still didn't ban Process, even after kind of some shaky games previously.
Yeah.
But and that one seemed fairly close as well, actually.
Yeah.
So is that something that you're going to be working on, like for your online games, or is it something that is only a problem at LAN? What's happening with Process and you guys?
We just don't really like the map, so whenever we play it, we just turn our monitors off and pretend it's Badlands.
Doing the full tilt strat.
Yeah, well, we didn't
Solentas
even
would
know
be
what was
proud.
going on. Like, we were getting sniped and we just didn't know what was going on.
You could just hear the sound in your headset of like some kind of critical damage hitting you. You could hear the sound in your headset of some kind of critical damage hitting you.
But no, like, I don't know. We always like had a map advantage when we played Process. Like, all our Process games were close.
I've done that so many times, don't even worry.
I think, like, we just kind of thought, well, I thought at least, like, if we lose this map, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like, I think if it had been, like, an important map in the series and we had to win it or we go out, probably would have just, like, faked a technical issue and paused it and talked about it.
Faked a technical. I would have been on him.
The
Well, yeah,
X-Force.
well, until you bring
But
in
yeah.
tactical pauses, that's
Yeah,
what we'll
yeah,
do. But
yeah.
either way, it was never, like, a crucial time, so we just never bothered.
Yeah,
I mean-
do you think the direct hit might be the new meta in the future?
Well, like, it complemented the sniper pretty well
Yeah, it
because
did.
we couldn't jump the sniper. So,
Yeah.
like, Tech would just stand on the rock and Stark could do nothing. And I don't know. It was close, though. Like, I'm glad there was some close games at least.
Yeah, it was like a cool situation because it's like if you want to rush the sniper, you're just going to get hit by Tech, and then if you wait, Tech's just going to destroy you again anyway, and then Flippy's eventually going to find his headshot.
Yeah, fuck Tech.
About the direct hit?
Yeah.
Did you? He knew instantly. He knew.
What a nice weapon. Huh?
What would you give it out of
People
10?
are jumping and shot. It's really funny.
You had some really crazy air shots on Process as well. Were you having a lot of
Thanks.
fun? I could hear you guys going crazy.
Yeah, but that's a bit useless. Like, it can't help us to win it. Like, it was just for giving us some times.
Yeah.
But
So you wouldn't run it full time again?
it were fun.
Yeah.
I pooped on reason.
Yeah, I think we'll see a lot of those clips because they were absolutely fantastic to see. Just like crazy air shots happening all over the place.
Don't hear you. What did you say?
I was.
He said you're bad.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm feeling bad.
So yeah, Reason are the victors then of DreamHack Winter. I'm running it through in my head trying to figure out an order. So yeah, it was Reason and then swedeRage, Publicly.se in third, and Lego crashing out in fourth as well. Is that how you would have predicted it?
I would have swapped Saints and Lego.
That was how the seedings were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would have gone with the seedings.
Yeah. I think the team that Lego fielded to this LAN was kind of pretty different to the one that they had in season 22. I think the fact that they were running like a slightly nerfed soldier lineup, I think really probably hurt them, even though Hellberg was playing pretty well. Yeah. Especially on day one, they just couldn't bring it.
How do you think this line went, like in terms of, were you expecting these kinds of results? What? Do you think the team's placed in the right places?
No, I was really surprised by Lego. They should have done a lot better than they did. I think it's probably the noise doesn't really suit like their strengths. It's kind of the same with us. Like on like the first day, we had some problems and stuff. Like because of the noise, it's really hard if you're like a kind of methodical team. Yeah. To actually talk about things properly. I think that hurt Lego a lot because when we played them online, it was always really slow games, but they they won a few. Like the games were close, a lot closer than when we played the other teams online. And I think here you just can't hear anything. You can't hear like you can't have a conversation and shit like that.
And it was really fun. Like 3 teams was a close level, and reason were a bit better. So
so we ended up with 3 really close games, and even then
against Sense were really intensive. Huh? Really, really close. Huh?
And you guys actually lost a map to Public Clear, so it was pretty much close across the entire board there. Yeah,
I didn't want Amps to come all this way for nothing, so
just throw
him a bone.
You got any questions, Sideshow?
No, that's me wrapped up. I think we're gonna go into whatever this is. I guess you two are both involved in this as well. So
final words.
You'll have to take your places.
Nothing much. Thanks for putting on the event, Sideshow. Thanks to Max Nomic for lending me a chair over from the Need for Seat booth, and thanks to Reason for kind of helping us, but not really.
Tech, final words.
Thank you for this tournament, for every admin, the organization. Everything was perfect. And see you on Overwatch, lady.
I think as well, big shout out to the guys who contribute. Tech is bumping into the camera there. A big shout out to the guys who contributed to the fundraiser for swedeRage as well, because they were running a fundraiser just to get themselves there last minute. A huge shout out to the 2 kind of companies that sponsored them as well. That's TF2Pickup.net and Essentials.tf. TF2Pickup.net, you should go check those guys out. That's the main pickup site for Europe at the moment. Yep. And Essentials.tf it's all the essentials you need to learn anything about TF2. So what you are?
Shoutouts to the hedgehog.
Shoutouts to Spencer. A hedgehog?
Is it a hedgehog? I don't know. What is it?
It's not a hedgehog. Where's the spikes?
Stark called it a hedgehog earlier.
Well, Stark's a moron.
Stark, you're a moron.
Yeah. But shoutouts to Essentials.tf as well. Check that website out. They've got basically everything you need to learn about tons of different stuff. Mapping, guides to competitive. If you're interested in getting started with competitive, I'd say go there straight away, because they've got like a really good guide right from the beginning of how to get in, where to go, what the best places are. So if you've been watching this TF2 Invitational at Dreamhack Winter and you guys feel like playing in some competitive TF2, then you should go check that site out.
Yeah, definitely. I have one final shout out to my BFF Matt. I'd like to say that to him, and of course to Italy's #1 gamer Sarah. But now we have a special map coming up, and we have a slight preview on the players' monitors. And
what am I looking at?
We're looking forward to. But that's pretty much everything from me. So
yeah, I think we're going to run the credits first and then launch into this map to run us out. This is retarded. Okay, but we're going to run the credits first, so we'll catch you guys in a bit.